staff and you got your beer pourers and your servers in the stadium to do what? To identify someone who is extremely intoxicated over the legal limit, and don't even pour them a drink, don't even serve them a drink, because of the liability situation. So that's the tricky situation that we're getting now at the college stadiums. But it's money they can't walk away from. They can't do it. And especially now in the era of name, image, likeness, and basically free agency has come the way of college sports like it has in the professional ranks. So it's not going away anytime soon, or if ever. It's not, because that genie's out of the bottle. The no alcohol ship has sailed a long time ago. And slowly but surely, 306 colleges across the NCAA are going to say we can't, we can't turn it down. Now, will it trickle down to Division II and Division III schools? Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. All right, so then we head to Saturday. I mean, it's so good to kick off, especially if you're on the West Coast. If you're in California, you're in the Pacific time zone, you're going to roll out of bed on Saturday morning at 9 to Ohio State at home against Texas with full quarterbacking royalty on display in the burnt orange with Arch Manning. That's appointment television. It just is. And it'll be really, really interesting to watch to see how he's got 2 starts under his belt. But this is his first start where he is in the deep end of the pool, shark infested. Everything will get blown out of proportion, both good, bad, or indifferent. He's football royalty in this country. He's a Manning. And when you're a Manning, you're going to get a lot of attention. And if you do well, it's going to be great and positive. If you don't, you know what they do. The media, they shoot daggers relentlessly. So that's the featured game. But look what else is on tap when you just look around. I mean, you can make cases for the following games. Alabama, Florida State. Huge. Why? Florida State started last year in Dublin, got whooped, and what happened? And the year prior, screaming and yelling, undefeated, we deserve to play in the playoff, national champion. It got absolutely destroyed by Georgia in the bowl game. Destroyed. And so, Mike Norvell had to, survive that year because there's no guarantee. You can have the greatest year ever and you have a 2-win season like Florida State did. Your job's in jeopardy. And so this is a huge spot for them. And Florida State's looking across the way going, okay, yeah, we're at home, but guess what? We got Alabama. And don't forget, Alabama lost to Vandy last year. Let me repeat that. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt last year. So don't think that Coach DeBoer isn't under a microscope at Bama. And then you go Georgia against Marshall, not a big deal. But, listen, Georgia wants to be thought of as still. When you look at college football this year, who do you think of? You think of Ohio State. You have to put Penn State now into that equation. Texas, obviously. And I say Penn State no worse than 2 or 3. Georgia likes to think they're a top 4 team. So you keep at least the first half of the game against Marshall. You want to see how they respond. Then you got the Notre Dame, the Clemsons, the Oregon, the Alabama, and the LSUs of the world, right? So that's where we go there. So Georgia, you don't go crazy about that. But then you start looking towards, other games on Saturday. And you'd have to, you have to maybe pay attention to what? I would say Clemson, LSU, Michigan, New Mexico, Southern Cal, Missouri State. You don't get too wound up about those games, at least both sides of the equation. I think you have to really pay attention to Sunday, where you've got Notre Dame going into Miami, the Irish going up against Carson Beck, late of the Georgia program. And then on Monday night, it just doesn't get any better because you're going to serve up a college version of Monday Night Football with Bill Belichick's first game in Chapel Hill, Tar Heel football. Here comes TCU, and North Carolina is obviously going to be an underdog in that game. All eyes on Belichick. All eyes on Belichick. And I found it very interesting to read today how much time Belichick spent with the University of Washington. Um, Not only the head coach who was with the Patriots, but his son, Steve Belichick, who's the defensive coordinator, and how Belichick, and leave it to Bill, right? Not only does he have a great time doing it, but he ends up pillaging a couple of players. I think he ended up with 2 guys or 3 guys off the Washington Husky um, roster that transferred out in the portal and ended up with Belichick at the University of North Carolina. So there you go. When the what do they say? When the cat's away, the mice will play. Well, that's what Belichick did. All right, we'll come back. We got a lot to get to. We'll do a little NFL talk. We'll set the stage, part of a big sports weekend right here on Sports Overnight. I'm Marty Terrell. Don't go away.
Every champion has a team behind them, and for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion, their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they can't do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled Katy.org. Team up with them today.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9654. 800-915-9654. 800-915-9654. That's 800-915-9654.
Have you been daydreaming about losing weight for years? Do you just yo-yo back and forth? At Innovative Wellness Center, we have a holistic weight loss program that allows you to lose up to 20 pounds in 30 days. People are losing weight like crazy and keeping it off. It can be done from anywhere in the United States. Go to our website at www.innovativewellness.center and schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Hi, this is Marty Terrell, Sports Overnight America. Check out our app. It's in the Apple Store right now under Sports Overnight America. Download and enjoy. Scores, interviews, highlights, all the podcasts. The weekend edition, Saturday night, 7 to 10 Eastern Time. And weekend replays, 24/7. You can listen to Sports Byline USA, NFL, NBA, NHL, hockey, English Premier League. Presented by American.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Hey, Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh. Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh.
And good evening and welcome to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. We greet you from Greenwood Chevrolet Field here in Austintown, the home of the Austintown Fitch Falcons for Week 2 of the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard on the numbers, and spotting Matthew Craven back at our iMedia One studios in Struthers. And we've got a big one tonight for both of these teams, Dave, because the Falcons looking to bounce back from a tough Week 1 loss.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that caught us even by surprise last week. So I know they're coming out tonight looking to pick up their first victory.
The Polar Bears from Massillon Jackson, they opened up with a win over Chardon last week, 35-13. Austintown Fitch fell to Hudson at 28-14. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll jump inside the Cleveland Cobras Coach's Corner as we'll hear from the head coach of the Falcons, TJ Parker, in his 6th year. That's up next here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Pre-game show continues, joined by Austintown Fitch head coach TJ Parker. And Coach, tough one against Hudson last week. Kind of take us back to that game.
Yeah, I just didn't think we left a lot on the table. We didn't finish drives. We were inside the red zone 7 times, or inside the 47 times. Only scored twice. We turned the ball over, had some crucial penalties, and then we didn't get off the field on 3rd down.
So you look at that game. Despite that, your star tailback DeAndre Richard had a monster game, 224 yards on the ground. Coach, what makes him such a special player that he broke the school record for rushing yards in a season as a sophomore?
He has all the tools to be great. I mean, his God-given ability is something special. He can change multiple gaps in an instance. He has burst. He has power. He can make you miss an open field. He really is the total package as a running back, and his God-given talents are pretty special.
Coach, you look at at your offensive line, and I know you have a lot back up front. Is that going to be a key to your team's success this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is every year. But with the experience that we have up front, yeah, we do expect more from them when you're looking at just this year. But every year, it's how every team is up front that I think really determines their fate, especially in a region like ours.
When you look at your squad, what kind of improvement are you looking for from week 1 here to the week 2 matchup against Jackson?
I think Jackson is very, very similar to Hudson in their styles and what they do and the way they play. So I think we're going to see a lot of the same challenges. I think we need to do a better job of finishing drives offensively, and I don't want to be redundant. We got to get off the field on third down. We got to stop Jackson's run, and then in those critical situations, we have to be able to get off the field. So I think those two things are going to be a big key to the game, and then obviously we can't turn the ball over.
You look at their win last week, and they really put the ball up. They're throwing for over 300 yards. You mentioned stopping the run, but how do you not lock in on the run and then give up a big pass play?
Yeah, I think that's what we saw from the tape from Chardon was Chardon really dedicated themselves for the run. I think Jackson took the opening handoff to the house, and then after that, Chardon really loaded the box, and then Jackson has guys who will beat you on the outside, and they have a quarterback who can get it to them. So I think we have to be balanced and purposeful in our attack, have to be calculated in what we're doing, and we have to be sound. What Jackson does a good job of, they add gaps. They bring in multiple tight ends. They max pro. They let their, whatever it may be, 2 receivers work on the outside, and then honestly sometimes 1, work one-on-one matchups that they force you to because you need to commit so many guys to the run in terms of them adding gaps with some of their players that they bring in. That is going to be a challenge for us. I think that's going to be the main challenge, is remaining gap sound when they add gap and then still being able to cover their dynamic wide receivers down the field.
Coach, tonight is the home opener for your squad. It's your 6th season. What has the community support meant to you, your staff, and your players under your time as the head coach?
Yeah, we live in a world where it's really not easy anymore to be a public school. To have the support that Austintown has, our parents, our kids, and then the backing of the community, to still feel that today, it means the world to me. But I think it's something special about our community, especially when you look at our makeup of kids and how diverse we are. It's very, very special to have all this diversity, all these different people all coming together for one cause, which happens to be every Friday night, our football community. And the fact that football still means a lot in Austintown and people choose to send their kids to this district is something that I hold in high regard.
Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight and throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate it.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and CityView Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
And we welcome you back to Austintown, getting set for Massillon Jackson and the Austintown Fitch Falcons. You're inside the Cleveland Cobras Coach's Corner. The Cobras are in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship, and if you are looking to continue your football career, contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442 and be part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. Dave, getting to know these Massillon Jackson Polar Bears a little bit, we are not all that familiar with them. I don't know if we've ever actually done one of their games together.
I don't remember us doing it at all.
So you look at Massillon Jackson under fourth-year head coach Jay Rohr. They are 1-0, coming off a 35-13 win over Chardon, where their starting quarterback, their backup quarterback, Carter Moloman, got a lot of the action in that game last week, threw for 309 yards and 3 touchdowns coming off the bench.
Yeah, that tells you something. If this guy's coming off the bench, putting up those type of numbers over the number one guy, just think what he's able to do. So they are definitely rich at that position, and I'm sure they're going to utilize that.
Yeah, they will face a team at home next week we are familiar with. St. Francis of New York will make their way to Massillon Jackson to play their first game of the regular season. For the Falcons, under 60-year head coach TJ Parker, a loss last week to Hudson, 28-14 in that game. And you're going to hear this name mentioned a whole lot tonight for the Falcons. DeAndre Richard, the 5'9", 195-pound junior, went for 224 yards on just 18 carries.
Yeah, that lets you know the explosiveness. He's a big play waiting to happen. And I'm sure that's what they want to see is big plays tonight. As he said, they need to capitalize when they're in their territory, and definitely if they can get in the red zone. So we're going to see them definitely attack tonight.
You look at his numbers last year, 1,695 yards rushing, a school record as a sophomore, and he added 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, well, he's getting off to a great start this year, starting off with 220 yards right off the bat. So it's a guy that we're looking forward to watching tonight. So you look at both sides. The quarterback on that side is passing the ball all over the field. Running back on this side, this would be great offense.
Colin Kayla-Herr, the quarterback last week, $153 through the air, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, threw for over 1,000 yards. Did the 2-year starter last year, and 10 touchdowns. And this is a little bit of a smaller front than we've seen in the past, but it's experience. There's a lot of experience back up front for the Falcons.
Yeah, they definitely do. They got a lot of seniors and sprinkling in a few juniors there. So a lot of experience, and that always helps. It's not always the size. Sometimes guys just know how to take care and do certain things when they need to do it and use great technique, and you can get things done.
Austintown Fitch next week will travel to Erie, Pennsylvania to go up to Veterans Stadium for that game in week 2. So 2 of the first 3 for the Falcons will be on the road as we're getting set for both teams to take the field here. Your officiating crew for tonight's game, the referees, the veteran Anthony Montana, Eric Marino, the umpire, Joseph Butera is your linesman, Pat Montana is the line judge, and Robert Marino will be the back judge. And there is a lot of officiating experience on this crew.
Yeah, this is one of the better crews, just experience-wise. And a few of the referees, we do know those guys. So this should be definitely a well-refereed game. So that's what we always want to see. Instead of, we don't want to have to complain. The more we don't talk about them, the better. It's a good game.
Next week, we will have a simulcast here on Sports Radio 1240 and over on AM 600 of the Field Falcons and the Poland Bulldogs. Jim Craven, the coach Bob Gessler will be on that call, so you can tune in on either station for that game next week. I will be on a bus headed to upstate New York for Grove City's opener against the 10th-ranked Cortland Red Dragons.
Yeah, well, it shows little rebuilding as you talked about there at Grove City. Just to find out exactly where they're at. Give them a little meter of what they need to do going forward with this game coming up.
And it's definitely going to be an opening challenge, and it doesn't get any easier when Mount Union comes to Grove City in 2 weeks. You play the number 10 team, then you play the number 2 team. So not an easy start to the year.
Not at all. And that Mount Union team is littered with our local talent from our area. So that definitely should be something.
So we've got a couple of games that were played last night in the Valley as we started high school football off on a Thursday night. Western Reserve beat Trinity last night 33-18. Garrettsville Garfield, that program seems like all they do is win. They beat JFK last night 36-14.
Yeah, I think, oh boy, hey, we love it. It's loud. I love it. But you see these teams like Garrett Garfield, they have always been good. They keep a winning tradition. Just going there, and it's excellent team.
So you can tell we are on the Jackson side of things here in Austintown. Polar Bears take the field, white uniforms with blue numbers, yellow helmets with trim down the side. The Falcons, blue pants, red jerseys, blue numbers. The Falcon on the side of a matte navy blue helmet. Jackson won the toss. We actually caught it for the third straight game. We're on a roll now, Dave.
You are.
And they won the toss. They have elected to defer. We are going to take our final timeout. When we come back, we'll kick this one off here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Our national anthem means we are one step closer to football here tonight on the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. You are listening to Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a communist media station, and Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One Network. Back with you again for another Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard, Matthew Craven, and Dave Ferris back at our studios in Struthers. And this should be a good matchup as we get set to begin week 2, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we said, Fitch is trying to bounce back from last week. So that just raises their excitement for this game. And I'm sure Max will want to keep on the roll as they did and took care of business last week. So this is really coming to where I think it's going to be a very well-played game. And I think a lot of excitement we're looking for tonight.
If you look at this Falcon team for Coach Parker, averaging 14 points offensively, giving up 28 points defensively. But you look at a lot of these skill guys, a lot of them are juniors that'll be back for another season next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, like just as he said in his interview, you know, you can't win and you turn the football over. So big, crucial mistakes like that, you got to be able to hold on and protect the football. And if they're able to do that and still get that type of rushing attack that they had last week, I think this could be really a exciting game.
You know, this is an absolutely picture-perfect night for high school football here at Greenwood Chevrolet Field in Austintown. And going to be a little bit chilly tonight.
Yeah.
Might actually be in the upper 50s before we're done, but feels like late October instead of late August.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. I said, it's August 29th. It was more like October 29th. I mean, it's a big difference. And what we are normally sweating like crazy.
Right.
The second week of the season, that's us. But this is different. This is definitely different, but it's perfect. If you're playing, it is perfect weather to be in.
So the Polar Bears will kick. Falcons will send 2 men back deep inside their 5. We are underway week 2 of the Patricians game of the week, drifting back to the goal line across the 5, cuts back to the 10, outside near the 13 and brought down there. That is where the Falcons will begin right to left here in the opening quarter to start tonight's game off.
Yeah, I tell you, about out here, he's got to make a decision. Get that ball, get upfield. You want to get as much room for your offense as you can.
So first and 10 now for this offense for the Falcons. Colin Kalaher is the starting quarterback, 5'10", 170-pound junior. Looks like he'll have DeAndre Richard, another junior, behind him in the backfield. 1 receiver to the right and 2 to the left on first and 10 from the 10-yard line. Going to send a man in motion. Going to run it on first down. Going to give the ball to Richard, who cuts back, and he will work his way out to about the 17-yard line, and the lead back has a good gain on first down.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see his ability to cut back and make quick decisions in small spaces there. He got 5 yards. And really, when you looked at it, you wonder what he was doing, but he knows how to find those creases.
Second down, 5 coming up for the Falcons. Got to put a man in motion. That's Brady Evans. He'll now move slot to the right side on second down and 5. Now he'll come back left side. They're going to give the ball to Richard again, sweeping to the outside. First down and more across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 40, 30, and pulled down right near the 29-yard line. DeAndre Richard, the speedster, with a huge gain for the Falcons.
Yeah, absolutely. That running ability is great. He just glides when he gets the football. So he's a guy that when he gets it, you got to keep your eye on him because he's on the go. Their offense is ready to roll.
So he'll have a big game.
Yep.
And they're going to swing it out to the flat for a completion for not much of a gain. Brings up a 2nd down and 9.
On that tackle of getting Richard, I tell you, Corey Jacobs, got to remember that name in the secondary. He was able to run Richard down and showed us that he has some great speed also.
So it sets up now. 2nd down and 9 for the Falcons. They're going to go in a bunch formation, trips to the left side, single back in the backfield behind Kalaher on 1st down. Going to take this snap, going to give it to Junie Higgs, and this time Higgs is able to break free, bounce outside, and he's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown for Junie Higgs. And the Falcons strike first on this opening drive.
Boy, you talking about a guy, they got him listed as an athlete, and that's what he showed, athleticism on that play, to be able to sliver through that little crease. And I mean, he had tacklers all around him grabbing at him and could not get a hold of him.
So that long touchdown run, sorry Dave, caps off a 4-play, 87-yard drive. And now Jackson Faulkner will come on to attempt the extra point. Snap a little high. They get the kick down. That's partially blocked and no good. And so they block the extra point. 10:05 to play first quarter. It is Austintown Pitch 6, Massillon Jackson 0 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure. We
now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Right back here to Austintown, and a quick strike here early for the Falcons, Dave, to take an early 6-0 lead.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is something they wanted to do. They didn't want to get into the opponent's territory, like he said, inside the 30-yard line and not be able to score. So they able to punch it in that time. Great play by the Bowler Bears being able to block that extra point. It could loom big later.
So it will be Jackson Faulkner set to kick this football away. And 2-man back deep for the Polar Bears inside their 5-yard line. This is going to be a low squib kick picked up at the 24, outside across the 30 and brought down near the 31-yard line. And on that return, that's Gino Szymanski, the junior, on the return for the Polar Bears. So let's see who gets the start at the quarterback spot here for the Polar Bears. Carter Molaman got the majority of the playing time last week and threw for over 300 yards and 3 scores.
That's something you can bring a guy off the bench and do that type of work.
The Jackson Polar Bears offense for the second.
So it again will be Carter Molaman getting the start at quarterback, 6'5", 200 pounds, wears number 17. Could have put Twins to the right and a Twins to the left side. He'll stand alone in the backfield on 1st and 10. Now they'll move a tailback. That's Chase Marr with him in the backfield. He'll get the handoff on 1st down, dancing in the hole and slides across the 30 and down to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, great play by Anthony Nespector. I mean, he just got rid of the guard and got inside and was able to make that tackle quickly.
So that's a short gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 for Molaman and the Polar Bears. Coach Jay Rohr in his 4th season. He's 20-16. Swing it out into the flat. Receiver made the catch and dropped right just across the 35-yard line. That's Micah Remball, number 18, who caught that pass for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, good defense there. Reacted quick to be able to come and make the tackle.
So it is going to be 3rd down and 4. Trips to the left, single receiver right side. They'll turn, check with the sidelines. Play clock, plenty of time, approaching 20 seconds to go.
Jackson.
So he's going to look to throw the football, feeling some backside pressure, dumps it downfield near the 1st down marker.
Close, maybe a little short there.
It's Chase Marr on the reception, and it's going to be 4th down and 1, and looks like the Polar Bears are going to punt the ball away.
Yeah, I guess right there in their own territory. They don't want to take no chances, especially when you're on the road. You don't want to do that. And don't make that 1st down and give the fish all the momentum.
So it is Cooper Miser to punt the football away. Twin returners for the Falcons back at about their 22-yard line. High snap, pulls it down, bounced it off the turf, picked it up, and still got the kick away. High end over end kick that is going to be caught.
That's Higgs
and
again.
That's Junie Higgs on the return, bouncing to the outside across the 35 and all the way out near the 37-yard line. Junie Higgs listed as the backup running back, the backup quarterback. He's an athlete that plays everywhere.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they got him listed as an athlete, because he just does everything. And in short little spaces like that, he should have been brought down as soon as he received the ball. But he was able to sliver and get about 12 yards on that return.
So the Falcons scored on their opening possession. What will they do on their second, leading 6-0, 8:37 to play in tonight's opening quarter? Kaler going to work out of the pistol, has a single back with him, sends a man in motion. That's Brady Evans. Kaler to throw. Going to flip the ball. That's a loose ball. Beanbags go flying. The football goes flying.
And I think
the Polar Bears may have that football. Yes, they do. So that is our first turnover of tonight's action.
Yep. And that's some of the things that plagued them last week, the turnovers. One thing you can't do in that pocket is hold on to the ball too long. It's a recipe for disaster, and that's exactly what happened. As he sat in that pocket, and when you don't see 1, 2, 3, and that receiver's not there, you got to get rid of the football.
So Carter Mulliman and the Polar Bears will take over on the Falcon 33-yard line to start this drive. 8:27 to play in the opening quarter, 6-0 Falcons. Bears going to put 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Mulliman alone in the backfield on 1st down and 10. Walks up to the line, now drops back into a shotgun, takes the snap and looks to throw. Stands in the pocket, goes out to the flat. That ball sailed over the intended target.
Yep. I think that one got away from him just a little. The way it came off his hand, you could tell it just got away from him.
Yeah, Micah Ringabo, the intended target. That pass will go incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10. Polar Bears come back to the line of scrimmage. They will go trips short side to the left. Single receiver on the numbers. Now twins to each side of the formation. Mulliman looking to the sidelines. Play clock, plenty of time. Now approaching 20 seconds. Don't think he's still sure of what the play call is going to be. As he walked up towards his center, now the entire line will stand up and move back. And they'll also move Chase Marr now to a tailback spot.
They'll have to call a timeout in a minute.
Down to 3 seconds. They've got it with 2 seconds. They just do get it off. Going to be a delayed handoff right up the middle across the 25, down inside the 20.
And 1st down.
And near the 19-yard line. That's a big 1st down. After total confusion by the Polar Bears, they still pick up a 1st down.
Yeah, and make you wonder, was it purposely? Because he got that snap off right at the end. They sent the blitz, and it was a perfect play call. Perfect play call. They beat that blitz up the middle.
So it is going to be now 1st and 10 for the Polar Bears at the Falcon 19-yard line. Going to be out of the shotgun formation with trips to the right, single receiver left, fakes the handoff, pop pass over the middle. That's partially deflected. And that will fall to the turf, incomplete. Let's see who got a hand on that for the Falcons.
Looked like Dylan Crone, number 33. Got those hands up.
Senior linebacker doing a great job stepping up and getting that job done.
Boy, I tell you, that would have been open too, Mark. He was there.
So 2nd down and 10, 7:38 to play here in this quarter. Single receiver to the right, two to the left side. They will run it on 2nd down, right up the middle. That's Chase Marr again.
Almost lost that football.
And he's down to about the 9-yard line.
He's got another first down.
Kind of got the offense going a little bit for Chase Marr now on the ground.
Yes, they got it rolling.
So single receiver to the left, two to the right side. They run it on 1st and goal. By that time, he'll get his way down to about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, for the Polar Bears going with that quickly with that offense, not allowing the Falcons to be able to do any substituting.
Single receiver to the left, two to the right side. 2nd down and goal for the Polar Bears. They will turn and check towards the sideline. Play clock now at 18 seconds. Mulliman takes the snap. Back shoulder fade, jump ball in the corner.
Great play by
and
the corner.
Incomplete, knocked away at the last second. It'll be 3rd and goal.
And there's a guy, one of the young guys I worked with years ago, that managed tape right over there to be able to see him. I mean, he played it great. Jumped really low to go get that.
So Tate bats that football away. And it's going to bring up now 3rd and goal for the Polar Bears. 6:45 to play, opening quarter. Austintown Fitch leading Massillon Jackson 6-0. Single receiver to the left, twins to the right side. Single back. Smar in the backfield with Mulliman. Takes the snap, 3-step drop. Time, firing, fade in that corner. That'll sail way over the head of Rocco Norch, the intended target. And this is going to bring up 4th down, and Cooper Miser will come on and attempt the field goal.
Yeah, I tell you, that right there for the Falcons was big to be able to try to hold them just to a field goal.
So he'll come on and attempt the field goal. Let's see where they're going to spot this football.
Should around the 15 or so.
So this will be 25-yard field goal attempt, hash to the left. So that's Cooper Miser to attempt the field goal. Snap down, kick on the way, and that kick is good. So with 6:34 to play here in the opening quarter, it is now Austintown Fitch 6 and Massillon Jackson 3 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure. We
now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
We welcome you back here to Austintown. 6-3 is now our score. The Falcons, DeAndre Richards, 26-yard touchdown. They missed the extra point. That was blocked. Excuse me, that wasn't Richard. That was Higgs on that run. So now 6-3 our score, and the Falcons set to get the football back. And over-end kick is going to be drifting into the end zone, and there'll be no return that time from El Taher. And they will now set up on offense for the Falcons again, working their way right to left.
Yeah, I tell you that was big for them to stop just for the field goal, but also that extra point Looms big right there. It's a 6-3 count right now.
So Kayla Hurd and the Falcons come right back out onto the field. And it's going to have DeAndre Richard behind him as he'll work out of the pistol formation. Richard 5'9", 195 on a junior. Sends the tight end, DeAndre Reed in motion. They'll run it with DeAndre Richard. Richard outside across the 25-30, lowers the shoulder and works his way out near the 34-yard line. And another first down run for the junior tailback, DeAndre Richard.
Yeah, he's got a very strong base and low center of gravity. Because that was a good hit. You see he can still keep his balance and get up the sidelines like that.
Richard, 3 carries, already has 74 yards on the ground here in this opening quarter for the Falcons. Pitch going to come to the line of scrimmage. Going to have a couple of receivers in tight on the formation. With Richard, the tailback, and Kayla Hurd, the quarterback. Turns, gives the ball to Richard across the 35-40, 45 down the sidelines, 50-40, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds in Polar Bear territory at the 37-yard line. And DeAndre Richard is off to a huge game here in this opening quarter, now over 100 yards on the ground.
I tell you, this guy just touched the ball. We're so excited about it. They got another back.
Going to swing the pass out into the flat. Evans makes the catch, and they're able to make a couple of yards out of that up-tempo play, and it's going to bring up a second down now and long for the Falcons.
Yeah, I tell you,
So they're going to say gain of 1 on that play. We go under 6 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. So 6 minutes to play here in this fast-moving first quarter. Going to have 2 receivers in a wing to the right, 1 receiver to the left side. Going to fire that ball out into the flat to the receiver, Brady Evans. Evans trying to turn up field, and he's going to have about 6 yards before being knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, nice little play there to get some yards in that one. This is big down.
So this will set up a 3rd down and just about 4 yards to go here for the Falcons. They'll come out with trips to the left side of the formation. And now a timeout needed by the Falcons gives us the chance to keep it here. And it has been both offenses that have started this game off very well, Dave.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, we can't say anything about a lack of talent on either side. This is a well-played football game with a lot of talent out there on the field. So we're seeing some great things happen.
So it is going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Falcons. We can get you updated on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard first quarter. It is Poland with a 7-6 lead over Youngstown East. And after 1, no score between Niles and Liberty as they play the second game for both of those 2 teams over at Liberty.
Another team that we've seen 2 great tailbacks go at it.
So it is going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Falcons. Tight end has a wing to the right side, 2 receivers to the left. Split backs into the backfield. Going to send that tight end in motion. Kayla Hurd turns, gives the ball to Richard, who this time lost his footing, but it was able to keep driving. He broke free, and he's going to score, bouncing off of a couple of tackles. And he is in from 32 yards out for the touchdown for DeAndre Richard.
DeAndre Richard is a beast. That's all I can say, Mark. When you get hit that many times, and I mean square, and you run straight through it, that's a guy that has great lower center of gravity because it didn't even rock him, didn't even move him, and he just runs straight through these tackles.
So Jackson Faulkner will now come out to attempt the extra point, and it's been quite the first quarter, and we still have 5 minutes to play.
Oh, my goodness.
So Jackson Faulkner on for the extra point. Snap down, hold is good, and this extra point sneaks inside the right upright and is good. 5:12 to play, first quarter. Austintown Pitch 13, Massillon Jackson 3 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Well, Dave, if you like offense, this is the game for you here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As we've seen some great play on both sides, and I mean, it's just an exciting game. Every time Massillon's got the ball, too, they've shown they could drive the football. So,
and DeAndre Richard, well over 100 yards here in this first quarter. Let's see, unofficially 5 for 134 and a touchdown.
I tell you.
He's already on pace to break that rushing record from his sophomore year last year.
Yeah, absolutely. He's on his way.
So Faulkner gets his foot into this one, low bouncing kick that is one-handed scoop at the 29-yard line by one of the up men. Played that ball perfectly like he was a shortstop and held on to that ball. It was a little risky to reach out and make that play.
Yeah, it was. But that one thing I give him credit because the Falcons was definitely bearing down, and that's a free ball. So him to make a play like that, courageous and also great.
Right? Is that one of those from the coach when you go, no, nice job?
Yeah, for sure.
5:12 to play in this opening quarter. 13-3, Austintown Pitch leading Massillon Jackson on this Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week here in Week 2.
All right, Jackson with the ball back.
So it is Carter Mulliman, the quarterback, the big 6'5" junior. Moves Chase Marr into the backfield from the slot to the right. He's going to get the football on first down, hesitates in the hole, now blows through the gap, and he's all the way out near the 39-yard line. He's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of a first down.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he shot through that little opening, and if he broke that little area right there, it would have been off to the races.
So gain of 9, second down and 1. 4:45 to play in this opening quarter. Trips as they give it again to Marr, who dances in the hole. He'll have the first down and about 1 extra yard as they will move the chains out to the 42 of the Polar Bears.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. Like you said, with this being the first quarter, and they moving along really quick.
So back to the line of scrimmage. Polar Bears go trips to the right. Twins to the left side. Mulliman alone in the backfield on 1st and 10 from their 42-yard line. They'll turn, check with the sidelines. Play clock now down under 10 seconds as they get the play signal in from the near sideline. Mulliman takes the snap, 3-step drop. Backside pressure, going to fire downfield, has a man wide open, but could not get the football to Micah Rickball as really wasn't able to set his feet. That was some broken coverage that time for the Falcons.
Yeah, he threw that off of where he was not set. You could see he might have aggravated something in the lower extremities. He's limping a little bit back there, quarterback, but he couldn't get anything on that football. But his receiver was wide open.
Second down and 10.
Second down and 10. This time he's got Marr.
He's going to have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Chase Marr, the junior tailback, is with him in the backfield on 2nd down and 10. Molman back to throw. Stepping up in the pocket. Rolls out to the outside. He's going to be pulled down and sacked by that Falcon defense as they were able to hold on to the big 6'5" quarterback and pull him down in the backfield.
Yeah, and he was trying to get out to the outside. But you see his maneuverability is not there as it was earlier in the game. You see he still is limping a little bit. He could not get on the perimeter to try to make something happen.
Loss of 5 brings up 3rd down and 15 for the Polar Bears. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. 13-3, Falcons leading the Polar Bears. Mulliman delay, handoff to Marr. Marr got to the outside. He'll get to the original first down mark, or the original line of scrimmage, excuse me. But it is 4th down, and the Polar Bears will punt.
Yep, have to get rid of the football. He tried to get as much as he could. But they're going to have to check the Mulligan out and see just what's going on with the lower leg.
And Lucas Eckerman listed as the starter on the 2 deep we got from the school. So we'll see if we see him at all. Single returner back deep for the Falcons at the 25-yard line. Cooper Miser to punt the football away. And Carter Mulliman being looking to by the training staff. This is a high kick fielded at the 20. Hesitates and got to about the 23-yard line. Did Junie Hicks, and a flag at the end of that play.
Yeah, they were coming from all kind of directions there.
Really no room for Hicks that time, Dave. They kind of used that sideline as an extra defender and boxed him in.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. And that's what you want to do with a guy that's been so slippery this evening. So they definitely boxed him in where he couldn't get anywhere.
So Falcons take over now with a 10-point lead over Massillon Jackson at 30-13. And they haven't been stopped offensively on their first 2 possessions.
No, not at all. I mean, they've been able to move the ball really well, and it's been primarily on the ground with Richards, as we've seen all the yards. And won't forget about Higgs, who scored first, and he's very elusive back there too.
So it is Kaylaher at the quarterback spot. And I have 2 to the right, 1 to the left side, just outside the hashes. Slot man goes in motion. There you give it to the tailback, and he's going to be able to get maybe a yard and a half that time. And not a lot of running room as the middle of that defense held him up.
Yep, that was Higgs there in the back. Will give Richard a little bit of a break, and they got the ability to be able to do that, having 2 good tailbacks like that.
So give Hicks 2 yards. It's 2nd down and 8. We're under 2 minutes to play in this opening quarter here tonight from Austintown. Falcons going to send twins to the right and left side. Colin Kaylaher, the junior quarterback, drops the throw. Going to roll to the short side. Eyes downfield, throws across his body. That pass is going to be caught and near a first down.
Real close.
And a late flag at the 15.
Oh, yeah, they did. See if we got any holding in there or something.
So ineligible downfield on the Falcons. Going to wipe away that big completion.
Yep.
And put them behind the sticks now.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that would have been enough for a first down if it wasn't for the penalties.
So 1:27 to play. That penalty is going to back the Falcons up with the ineligible man downfield. And where are they going to spot this football at the 10-yard line? So Falcons way behind the chains now, facing a 2nd down and long at their own 10. Coming to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers short side to the right. Now they're going to stack 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Kaylaher now looks to the sidelines, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. Didn't like something that they saw there, and Falcons will have to take a timeout.
It's got to be very careful down here with this football. You don't want to turn it over. You got to be careful. You want to get the first down, but you got to do it strategically. You got 2 downs to get this about 14 yards. So you got to be really, really careful with the football.
Now, how do you want to approach this? They haven't really thrown the football much here in the opening quarter, but they haven't really needed to either.
No, you're absolutely right. Now, you might want to try to get somebody here. You're on the right hash. So maybe you can get somebody to the outside space on the opposite side, try to pick up some yardage there, and then see what you can do on 3rd down.
So this sets up now a 2nd down and just about 13 to go for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Kelleher going to have 2 receivers tight to the formation to the right, 1 to the left side. Now the man will go in motion. They are going to give the football to Junie Higgs. And Higgs across the 25 and out near the 27-yard line. And that is a 1st down run for the Falcons. Junie Higgs moves the sticks himself.
Yes, he did. And all he needs is just a little crease. He's a slippery guy.
Trips to the right. Twins to the left. It's going to be quarterback power. Kelleher up the middle, breaking tackles across the 40, 45, and all the way out to polar bear territory. Near the 40, they're going to mark him at the 49-yard line. That up-tempo really worked there for the Falcons.
I mean, they're hyper-bold right now, Mark. I mean.
And now the Falcons looked like they had a little bit of confusion. They're going to go to the sidelines with the timeout. And
oh, that was a great play call right there. Is the quarterback draw wide open up the middle.
Looks like the Falcons will have 1 timeout remaining here for the half. And we have seen, we heard about just how good this team potentially could be for the Falcons, and they've got a lot of weapons offensively.
Yeah, they absolutely do, and they can. I mean, they're a problem. They got people on the perimeter, in the backfield, and then the quarterback shows that he's got a little bit of something too. So, I mean, it's a lot of things to try to clamp down on.
Wind the clock. We go under a minute to play here in the 1st quarter. Single receiver to the right. At 2 stacked now. They put a man in motion. Give it to him on that fly sweep, trying to turn the corner across the 45, 40, 35, and all the way down near the 30-yard line. Wayne Holloway, the junior, on the sweep, has another huge gain for the Falcons.
And I mean, he's a nut. Now, that's the first time we've seen him, and he's got some elusiveness himself. These guys got talent all over the field.
Falcons back to the line, 1st and 10. Kelleher going to run that quarterback power again. This time he'll be thrown down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Yep, and he picked up about 6 yards on that. And I mean, it's nice to go in the 2nd down, only 4. They probably let this clock run out.
About 15 seconds to go in this opening quarter here tonight as the clock continues to roll down as we make our way to the end of the opening quarter. After 1 on the Youngstown Patricians High School football game of the week, it is Austintown Pitch 13, Massillon Jackson 3 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School football game of the week.
They turn
They're going to give it on a handoff to Richard, working his way down the sideline, delivering a blow with his shoulder, and he's all the way down to about the 17-yard line. And you don't look at the size at 5'9". DeAndre Richard runs with speed and power.
Yeah, he's limping a little bit there.
On the Discount Power Sports scoreboard, under 7 minutes to play, first half from Liberty, and the Leopards take a 7-0 lead over the Niles Red Dragons. Going to put 2 receivers to the left side. Got a tight end in the backfield. Kelleher takes the snap, gives it to Richard, running off the right side, hesitates, spins off of a tackle, and twists his way down to about the 12-yard line.
And he almost got out of that tackle there, too. I mean, he had guys all over him, but he was being very patient. He almost got through that.
Richard over 200 yards rushing in their first game last week, and I would easily say he's on pace for that and more here tonight.
Absolutely. He might, I mean, if he keeps running the ball like he is, he might get 200 in the first half.
Spot him at the 12-yard line for the Falcons, where it is going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Falcons. They will come to the line of scrimmage as the play call comes in from the far sidelines. We're going to have single receivers to each side. DeAndre Richard is the tailback behind Colin Kelleher, the quarterback. 2nd down and 5. Give it to Richard. Again, running short side, flag on the play, and Richard will push the pile down to the 9-yard line. But
probably got a holding call, usually where that is thrown at.
And that is the penalty, and you hear the sarcastic round of applause from the Polar Bear fans that are down below us here in Austintown.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're happy to get that break there. It's just been trouble trying to stop these guys on offense running the ball. They have not really put the ball up. They had a couple little screens, but they have really basically just ran the football. And that's demoralizing to a defense, believe me.
2 receivers go to the left. Going to have a tight end to the left as well with Richard behind Kelleher. We got movement up front, and the Polar Bears are going to give the Falcons 5 yards back, and it'll again be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah.
10:37 to play in this first half, 13-3. Austintown Fitch leading Massillon Jackson. So they will now bring in at the tailback spot. That's Junie Higgs, number 2, check it in. Higgs will be to the left of the quarterback, Colin Kelleher. 2 receivers to the left, tight end and wing to the left. Fake to Higgs, fire it downfield. That Evans with the catch inside the 10. Still on his feet to the 5, and he's going to be near the goal line. They say that is a touchdown, but there is a flag on the field as well.
I don't know if it was a face mask or a horse collar or something over there, the way he was grabbed, but we got to see.
So we will have to sort out the penalty. That was Kelleher to Brady Evans. So it does look like the touchdown's going to be good. Let's see what our referee has to say for that face mask defense. So the touchdown will stand, and now Evans will come on and hold the extra point from Jackson Faulkner.
Boy, you're talking about just working together. That was a great block by the other receiver out there on the edge there. Excellent block to get him into the end zone.
So Evans to hold. Faulkner ready to kick the extra point. Snap good, rush on, extra point up and true. 10:05 to play first half. Austintown Fitch 20, Massillon Jackson 3 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, You'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Right back here to Austintown. A couple of scores on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. 5:19 to go in the half. Liberty now doubling up Niles, 14-0 in the second quarter. And also early second quarter, United with a 7-0 lead over Mineral Ridge. That's the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. And this kickoff brought to you by the Village Tavern in Hubbard. For nearly 100 years, the Village Tavern is one of the area's favorites for local spots for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Find them at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard and online at villagetavern3.com. So Jackson Faulkner ready to kick this one away. This is going to be a little like pop-up kick, and we've got a flag from the side judge.
Might have been a little offside or something.
And it looked like somebody from the Falcons got a little bit of a head start, and that is going to be the penalty.
Yeah. They might just add this on the end of where they recovered it or have them do it again.
So the ball currently spotted at the 31-yard line. And two of the officials going over exactly what's going to happen with the head coach of the Polar Bears, Jay Rohr, in his fourth season. So looks like the Polar Bears are going to get good field position to start this drive, Dave.
Yep. I'm sure they got the other quarterback in. I seen Williman put his helmet back on, but I don't think he got up to go in.
And Lucas Eckerman, the senior, would be the other quarterback. And let's see, who is it going to be? It's 12 now. They got a different quarterback now in for the Polar Bears. That's Anthony Corsi, number 12, now in at quarterback for the Polar Bears.
He's a 10th grader.
Two receivers to the right. He's going to hand it off on first down to Chase Marr. And Marr across the 40 and down to the 41-yard line. So the youngster at the quarterback spot, Anthony Corsi, 5'9", just 145 pounds.
Yeah, he's a small guy out there. But
Corsi lined up, now turns to the sidelines. Got two receivers now to the right side, a tight end to the left side of the formation. Just off the line. Second down and 5. Run it with Marr again, trying to bounce to the outside. 45-50, stiff arms the defender and all the way down to the 45-yard line of the Falcons. That'll be a first down and a strong run by the junior.
And he's banged up. Came down on that shoulder really hard on that tackle. He's banged up on the sideline now.
So listed as the next back up is Niall Schmidt, a sophomore, 5'7", 165 pounds, and a Polar Bears getting a little dinged up here in this first half of action.
Yeah, key players too, because Marr is the guy that runs the ball with authority.
So trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Rolling that way, looking downfield, feeling the pressure. He's going to be sacked all the way back inside Polar Bear territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, they're in big trouble right now.
Anthony Corsi just kind of held on to that football too long, Dave, and it cost him some big yards.
Absolutely. You get out to that there, when he got to that hash mark, it was time to let that ball loose and just throw it out of bounds instead of taking the sack.
Discount Power Sports scoreboard, second quarter, Poland 14 and Youngstown East 6. East put up 40 points in a big week 1 win last week. Second and a long, second and 16. Drop to throw. Coursey sets up the screen. Receiver makes the catch. Cuts back, but he's pulled down right near the line of scrimmage. Might have even lost a yard on that play. Did Rocco Knock, number 16. So Rocco Norch pulled down for no gain on the play. It's 3rd down and long.
Yeah, I mean, they're sputtering a little here now with the injuries and everything that happened with them.
So Coursey, the sophomore quarterback, now in there running this offense for the Polar Bears. It's 3rd and 17. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Coursey alone in the backfield. And now the Polar Bears would like a timeout. With 7:17 to go in the half, we will keep it right here. And the offense just out of rhythm, basically because of the way they've been beset by injuries here in the first half.
Yeah, no question that when you got a Russia sophomore in there, quarterback probably wasn't the guy that you thought would be going in at this time, and now he's out there running. And then your top back, who really would be like a safety net for that quarterback to really help him out, he gets dinged up, and he's on the sideline. They're checking him now, his shoulder and everything. So, I mean, it's just a situation where they're going to have to try to find someone that's got to step up, but that's how it is. That's what football is all about. Next man up, got to be ready and try to step up. And really, when that happens, you want to play at a different level, and you got to come up and give them help.
So Coursey, the sophomore, now in there running the offense, facing a 3rd and 17. He'll drop the throw, step up in the pocket. He's going to be pulled down from behind, and it'll set up 4th down and long for the Polar Bears. And if you're the defensive coordinator for the Falcons, do you just kind of turn that pressure up a little bit more now?
Yeah, there's no question about it. You put as much pressure on the young man that you can and force him into some mistakes. And he made a good decision there. He's seen an opening, and I'm telling you, if he didn't get tripped up, he might have had a lot more yards there.
So it is Cooper Miser to punt the football away. Junie Hicks back deep, standing at his 15-yard line. 6:35 to play in the half. Falcons 20 and the Polar Bears 3. Good snap back to him. High spiraling kick. Hicks calls for the fair catch and will make it right about the 16-yard line. And this Falcon offense has been a machine here in the first half.
Yeah, and when you think about it, I mean, you got these injuries with Master. You got to see going in half, see if anybody's going to be able to come back. I see they took all the equipment off of Marr. Check that shoulder. They have not put the pads back on. So he's on the bench with no equipment on it down. So what has to step up? The defense. The defense needs to step up and really try to clamp down on this offense. They have to if they want to stay in this ball game in any kind of way.
Kelleher at the quarterback spot, and it looks like that might be Hicks with him in the backfield. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. They throw the tunnel screen out to the outside. Pass caught. First down and more. He may go. 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5.
Oh, they got him at the 1. They got him at the 1.
All they're going to say is down at the 1.
Yeah.
Wayne Holloway on the pitch and catch. Number 4, the junior Wayne Holloway with the huge play.
Yep.
It's 1st and goal for the Falcons inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he was gone. I think he just ran out of gas a little bit and maybe just didn't pay attention to how close those guys is. So if he had a chance to dive, he could have dived in there.
81 yards on the reception from Kelleher to Wayne Holloway. 1st and goal at the 2 for the Falcons. A couple of extra backs in there. Hicks is the quarterback. He'll take the direct snap. Bounce to the outside. Push a defender down, and he'll score from 2 yards out. Junie Hicks makes this a big first half for the Falcons offensively.
I mean, just giving them the business right now. They're totally dominating. And, you know, we're talking about Richard, we're talking about Higgs, we're talking about Keller, we're talking about Holloway. We need to talk about that offensive line.
That's
that
for
offensive
sure.
line has been great tonight.
4 of 5 starters returning on that O-line from last year, so lots of experience up front. Evans to hold. Falcons, they were short a man on the line. They'll run in someone up front. Jackson Faulkner will attempt the extra point. Evans gets it down. Faulkner's extra point up and good. 5:52 to play first half. It is Austintown Pitch 27. Massillon Jackson 3 on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Right back here to Austintown on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. Poland starting to pull away a little bit from East, leading 21-6 second quarter. That is on AM 600 WRQX with Jim Craven and the coach Bob Gessler, and it's time for another Village Tavern kickoff from Jackson Faulkner. This time he'll put it on the ground, knocks off of one of the up and loose ball pile up at the 31-yard line. The Falcons came out of there with the football.
Can't advance it.
Not able to advance that, but coming up with the loose football, let's get you a number for the Falcons.
Number 26.
That's Bartlett coming out of there with the football. And the Falcons force a turnover, and they've got the ball back.
Oh, man, when things, like when they say rain, it pours. And I tell you, everything that could go wrong has for the Polar Bears.
You are listening to Sports Radio 1240, WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station, in Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Michael Rickard, Matthew Craven, Dave Ferris. A cast of thousands putting on high school football this week. They're going to reset the play clock to 25. Richard now the tailback, single receivers to each side. They got a tight end in the backfield right behind the offensive line. Turn, give the ball to Richard, running right side, and this time stood up and pushed back. And got about a yard on the carry, and then gang tackling well that time by the Polar Bears for the stop.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what they got to do, Mark. They got to come in there, and they got to, somebody grab, and everybody else comes to the party, because they're going to have to definitely do that. They got to shut that offense down if they possibly can.
27-3, Austintown Fitch with the lead.
Yeah, didn't see this coming, that's for sure.
Single receivers to each side. Tight end just off the line in the backfield. Fake to Richard. Kelleher looking, and that one off the hands of the intended receiver, and a flag on the play.
Yeah, close coverage there. It's hard for me to say it. I'm going to get it out. It was interference. It's hard for me to say it for defensive back, but he was all over him. He's draped over him on his back. So
out to here, the intended target for the Falcons. So that pass interference penalty puts the ball at the 16-yard line for the Falcons. 5 minutes to play in the half and one timeout remaining for Coach Parker.
I tell you, halftime could not come fast enough for the Polar Bears, as they need to regroup. And if they can try to keep them out of the end zone and hold them to 3, if anything.
Single receivers each side, tight end to the right. Richard is the tailback, play fake. Kelleher, time, looking back corner of the end zone, overshoots his intended target. That was out to here again. Excuse me, that was Brady Evans, the intended target in the corner.
Yep.
So it sets up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that post corner there, he did that nice route there, and he had the lead on that defensive back. He got behind him, and just a little bit too much on it.
So 2nd and 10, ball on the 16-yard line of the Polar Bears. Falcons with a 27-3 lead. Here comes Kelleher with the play call. Play clock now approaching 15 seconds. Twins to the right. DeAndre Richard is the tailback. Slot receiver right comes in motion. Fake it to him. Give it to Richard. Running right up the middle. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Dragging tacklers to the 3. And down near the 2-yard line. And a flag.
And that's
going to be a face mask tacked onto that run by DeAndre Richard.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you get him down any way you can because he wasn't coming down no matter 4 people. You've seen it there, Mark. 4 tacklers all over him. And he was at about the 6-yard line. He drug him to the 1. He was determined to try to get into that end zone.
And we've got a Polar Bear player down right at the pylon at about the 2-yard line.
And that's another key player who's been able to play well tonight. He's banged up. That's Corey Jacobs, number 4 there. He's coming out on his own power, but he looks shaken up for sure.
Definitely moving a little slowly. See, checking in for the Falcons, that's JoJo Loomston, listed as a defensive lineman. He's in for some extra size, as he'll be a blocker in the backfield with Junie Hicks at the quarterback spot. 1st and goal from the 1. Higgs going to take it, and he's going to score from 1 yard out, and the route is on for the Austintown Fitch Falcons.
It absolutely is on, as they are really smashed. No way we've seen this, Mark. We didn't see this coming at all, but I tell you, they jumped on them with this determined running game. That's before the injuries. And then you compound the whole situation with all the injuries, and it's really just not going well for the Massillon Polar Bears right now.
So that is the 3rd rushing touchdown for Junie Hicks in the half. And Evans to hold for Faulkner's extra point. Snap down, extra point all the way, and that Village Tavern kick is good. And it is now 34-3, excuse me. And they have pushed this out to a 31-point lead here in the first half.
Wow, I tell you, this offensive explosion from the Falcons has just blown me away. They have been efficient. And it's just not been one player. We talked about Richard tonight, but it's been several players able to do things in different spots.
And, having players like this, Dave, that's going to give opposing coaches nightmares watching the film getting ready to play the Falcons.
Yes, because, yes, Richard is the heart of this. You can see that in that running game. But you can't just key on him. You got Holloway out in the slot. You got Junie Higgs, who comes in and he's just all over the field, quarterback, wide receiver, running back, doing everything. And this is something. And Kelleher is not bad either. He shows he has an arm, and he also can run the football.
This kickoff brought to you by the Village Tavern in Hubbard, located at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, or online at villagetavern3.com. Slow roller up the middle to the 24-yard line before one of the Polar Bears falls on the football. Thought for a moment there was calling baseball with a ground ball up the middle.
Yeah, see Mark going to the locker room, and where they got that ice pack and then also got that arm in the sling and up high, is telling me he may have a separated shoulder, and hopefully it's not that, maybe just a sprain or something, but just the way he was moving and the way they had it strapped up, it's a good chance that might be the situation.
Corsi, the sophomore, remains the quarterback. 3 receivers in the formation. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off on first down to Niall Schmidt. Loose ball on the turf again. And who's going to come out of there with the football? Looks like maybe the Polar Bears able to fall on that loose football.
Yeah. First thing is some positivity that happened for him because that ball was loose. It was in the air. And I thought it was really going to go right into a Falcons lap right there, almost right to him, but the lineman was able to get it.
So Corsi facing now a second down and at 9. Sophomore quarterback has 1 to the right and 2 to the left. Discount Power Sports scoreboard halftime. Niles with a 14-0, Liberty with a 14-0 lead over Niles at the break. They'll run it on second down and 9, right into a pile of bodies for about a 1-yard gain. Going to set up a third down and just about 7 to go. Also on that Discount Power Sports scoreboard, approaching a halftime, United a 7-3 lead over Mineral Ridge.
Yeah, they're not getting much out of the running game. That's definitely not helping the quarterback in any kind of way. The other man is put in a situation that can really be tough for anybody.
Ty Jackson now in there at the tailback spot. They've gone to the third running back for the Polar Bears. Corsi, 2-step drop, stands in the pocket, swings the ball out. That's Jackson who made the catch. And Jackson's down to the 31-yard line. He's going to gain about 3 yards. This will set up a fourth down now facing the Polar Bears. Fourth and just about 5 yards to go.
And lots of time. 2 minutes and 45 seconds running it. You almost don't want to give these guys the ball again.
Blake gave Fitz to South Range last week. They're now up 14-0 on Boardman, playing back-to-back Valley teams. So returner back at the 30. Snap is a good one. This is a high, wobbly kick. And he's just going to back away from Higgs. Is going to let this one roll for the Bears. And it's going to take a long roll all the way down to the 21-yard line. So, Dave, the Falcons will have 2:13 and 1 timeout remaining, already holding a 34-3 lead.
Yeah, and they could score again. And they don't really have to put the ball in the air to do it. It's just the way that the offensive line, like I said, I got to give them kudos. They have been excellent. Open up holes, and then the running backs, they do what they need to do. They get to the crease, get through there, and then with Richard, there's no one man bringing him down. And then Higgs, you got to get your hands on him. So it's been a problem for the Polar Bears tonight.
So 1st and 10 for the Falcons. From the 21-yard line, they're going left to right here in this half. And now we've got a timeout on the field. With 2:13 to play here in this first half, gives us the chance to go back to the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. Discount Power Sports is your store for discount ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bikes, and more. Find them at 778 North Main Street at Hubbard or call them at 330-717-4441. Poland, they've now put up 28 in the first half, Dave. They lead East 28-6, approaching halftime on AM 600 WRQX and Western Reserve Radio 1.
Yeah, they've been putting the points on the board. And that game went from 7-6 to 28-6 now, so they're probably having their way right now.
Got to thank our friends at the Youngstown Patricians, the title sponsor for high school football here on Sports Radio 1240 and AM 600 WRQX. The Patrician Semi-Pro football team is looking for post-high school and college talent to join their roster. For more information, check out Youngstown Patricians on Facebook or call John Galbraith at 330-540-1099. And John going to be joining us later on in the season. Trips to the right, single receiver left side. Kayla to throw over the middle to Evans. Evans made the first man miss, and he'll get out to about the 28-yard line. This is going to set up now a second down and manageable for the Falcons.
It looked like Higgs is at quarterback now, and
Three receivers in the formation. Now the running back, Hicks, going to move to the side of Kaylaher, who's back to throw, fires the slant, pass caught, first down. That's out to here on the reception. And the Falcons will move the sticks with another first down. So they are going to go right back to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers left, one to the right side, Kaylaher and Richard. They're going to a little short toss to Richard, trying to get to the outside. He's pulled down from behind.
Horse collar right there.
And here comes the flag for the horse collar tackle.
Yeah.
And a good play for the Polar Bear defense. Now turns into a tough one after the penalty flag.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you don't want to tackle a guy like that. He definitely get hurt on a play like that.
So the initial tackle was a loss of a couple yards, but they'll mark off the 15 here for the horse collar tackle. And the ball moves into Polar Bear territory at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, they're looking to go ahead and score again if they possibly can.
Now we've got a whistle. We got a stoppage by the side judge. Not quite sure what that was.
I don't know what happened there.
He looked out to here. And now the Falcons have a little bit of confusion of what they want to do. So two receivers right, one to the left. Richard, the tailback. Kayla heard a throw. Going to take the shot. Has a man out there. Pass is going to be just incomplete.
Yeah, it's holding down there.
Out to Hare, not able to hold on to that football.
Yeah, that flag is on holding in the secondary.
Flag down at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be a 10-yard, probably a 10-yard penalty there.
But Dave, the one-on-one matchups are so difficult against this Falcon team. When they get you in space, it is going to be a problem.
Yo, and I mean big problem for sure. Because, I mean, he ran right by him.
And we've talked so much about the receivers, the quarterback, but you mentioned it earlier. This line has given them time to do whatever they've wanted here in the first half.
I mean, he's sitting in the pocket. And he's able to look for his receiver and let that ball go. And when they want to run the ball, they're able to do that. Excellent.
1st and 10 from the 37. Two right, one to the left side. Kaylaher back to throw. Fires for out to here, and that's off his hands and incomplete. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Clock stops, 65 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, you know, and I know that the crowd might wonder, but hey, they trying to score again. Well, it's halftime. It's only halftime. You keep playing football right now. You don't back off at all.
So the Polar Bear marching band getting ready to take their field, donned in their purple and yellow uniforms. So it is 2nd and 10 with 65 seconds to go in the half. One receiver to the left, two to the right side. They'll run the ball with DeAndre Richard. Richard running over tacklers and still carrying tacklers inside the 20 and down near the 15-yard line. This junior does not like to go down.
No, he doesn't go down on one hit. I'm talking about guys hit them from everywhere. He just dragged them.
Two receivers to the right, to the left, one to the right side. They'll run the ball with Kaylaher.
And I think that right there looked like another face mask.
It might be in that area where it was thrown.
They called holding.
So that penalty will go on the Falcons. Wipe out that run by Kaylaher and put them behind the sticks. It has been an impressive performance, not only numbers-wise for DeAndre Richard, 10 carries for 185 and a touchdown. And this is someone that radio doesn't do justice to. If you're a high school football fan, you need to come see this young man play.
Absolutely. And you took the words out of my mouth. I said, we do great work. Love doing this. Western Reserve Radio, WBBW. We love doing it. But I tell you what, Mark, if I can come and watch this kid every week, I probably would. because he absolutely runs the ball. And, I mean, he runs it with authority. Great center base.
So you want a number that jumps off the page?
Yep.
He's only averaging 18.5 yards per carry. That's all.
That's all. He's a big play waiting to happen every time it's in his hand. But it seems like everybody that's getting the ball tonight is a big play waiting to happen.
1,695 yards. That was an Austintown Falcon rushing record last year as a sophomore. Let's just say it. He's on pace for 2,000.
Oh, he sure is. There's no question about that. And that's at a junior year.
Play clock down to 15 seconds. Falcons trips right, single receiver left side. Kelleher takes the snap. Has a clean pocket. Looking downfield, man open, and that is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Is that Brady Evans?
With 40 seconds to go on this first half clock. I think that might have been Holloway again.
No, it wasn't Holloway. He was on the opposite side. I was watching him.
So was that Evans? 4?
I couldn't hear who they said. That's why I was thinking it was Evans.
So another long touchdown pass for Kelleher. And now Jackson Faulkner on to attempt the point. That was Judy Hinks with his 4th touchdown. 3 rushing, 1 receiving. Step down, kick on the way, and good. 40 seconds to go in the half. And it is a 41 spot for the Falcons here at halftime.
I'll tell you, 41-3. Now, we were so excited for this game. There's no way you could have told me the score at halftime would be this. And yes, they did get injuries. But we can't even blame the injuries on what's been going on with the Falcons tonight. They have just been dominating. That offensive line has been great. And they just have been able to do whatever they want to do, whether they want to throw the ball or run it. Didn't matter. They've been able to do everything they want to do. And this is an offensive coordinator's dream to see his offense come out and do what they're doing. But with this time, the big ugly, as they call it, that's who it starts with. And that offensive line, we have to give them credit because they have done a great job tonight.
41-3, Austintown Fitch. 40 seconds to go here in this first half. It is a kickoff brought to you by the Village Tavern in Hubbard. Learn more about them online at villagetavern3.com. They'll put it on the ground, scooped up at the 30, cuts back 35. Stroka tackle to the 40, dives all the way out to the 44-yard line. The Polar Bears will have 33 seconds in the half to see if they want to try and get some points on the board, or they're going to be content to go into the locker room.
Yeah, I wonder. The thing about it, where they're at the 45-yard line, you actually got to think about taking a chance and seeing if you can get somewhere in the vicinity of that goal. So if you can put some kind of points on the board. But this looks like a formation just to go in at halftime.
And quarterback going to just go up under center, and then he'll step back and take a knee. And we will head into the locker room after a commanding first half performance by Coach Parker's Falcons. They lead Massillon Jackson 41-3. We'll start the halftime show next here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Halftime here on the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. It is all Falcons here at half as they lead Maxwell Jackson by a score of 41-3 for the Polar Bears. Chase Marr, their leading rusher before suffering an injury, 8 carries for 66 yards. Ty Jackson had 1 for 2. Niall Schmidt, 1 for 1 yard. Throwing the football, Carter Mulliman, before being injured, 2 of 7 for 7 yards. Anthony Corsi, 2 of 2 for 1 yard. His leading receiver is Micah Rickball, has 1 reception for 4 yards. And you know what? We talked about what they're doing offensively for the Falcons, but we really haven't given them enough credit what they're doing on the other side of the football. Now, we know the Polar Bears are banged up,
Right.
but boy, the Falcons are playing in every phase well today.
Yeah, every phase. And and that's right. You got to look at it. Yes, they're banged up, but before they were banged up, they did an excellent job of keeping them out of the end zone, keeping them in between the 30s, basically, and not allowing them to get in that get any kind of momentum going. And then the injuries started after that.
Numbers for the Falcons, DeAndre Richard, 10 carries, 185 yards, and a touchdown. Junie Higgs, 6 carries, 46 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kayla Hurd, 2 for 31. Wayne Holloway had 1 end around for 19 yards rushing. Kayla Hurd through the air, 10 of 12, 148, and 2 touchdowns. And just when you think, oh, maybe we can stack the box against the Falcons, no, you can't.
No, you can't do that because they got too much on the outside. They can give you big problems. And the stacking the box does not work.
Leading receiver Wayne Holloway, 1 catch for 81 yards. Brady Evans has 4 receptions for 31 yards. Junie Higgs, 1 for 24 yard lines. El Taher has 4 receptions for 12 yards. And those numbers, Dave, add up to a complete first half performance for the Falcons.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got to be happy with everything they have done. Now as a coach, you're going to look at it different. Yes, they've done a lot, but I guarantee you some of the little things that we may not see up here because they're playing so well and they're so much ahead. They're going to be looking at every little thing, missed tackles, whatever it might be. They're going to find the things they got to improve in. You're always working towards perfection.
First half scoring, Falcons got it started 10:06 of the opening quarter. Junie Hicks, 26-yard touchdown run. Extra point was no good. 6-0 in favor of the Falcons. Maxwell Jackson cut the lead to 6-3. Cooper Miser connected from 25 yards out with 6:34 to play in the opening quarter. The Falcons came right back on a 32-yard touchdown run by DeAndre Richard. The extra point made it 13-3. Kayla Hurd to Evans, 17 yards for the touchdown at 10:05 to play in the second quarter, made it 20-3. Hinks, his first of 2 short touchdowns, 1 from 2, 1 from 1, made it 34-3. And then Kelleher to Higgs, his 4th touchdown of the first half. This one receiving from 26 yards, made it 41-3. And you mentioned it, you can't just say, we got to stop Richard. No. Because there's Richard, there's Higgs. The passing game is working tonight. They've got it going in every phase of the game.
Yeah, every phase. I mean, the quarterback's played excellent. And then when he has to run the ball, he's been able to do that. When he passes, he's been able to do that. They've just been well-rounded tonight.
41-3 Falcons at the half. We'll take a break, come back and have more on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Halftime continues here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. The Polar Bear Band on the field entertaining us here at the break with the Falcons leading the Polar Bears 41-3. It's time for the halftime scoreboard, brought to you by Discount Power Sports, your store for ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bikes, and more. Find them at 778 North Main Street in Hubbard or call them at 330-717-4441. Let's see what we have on the scoreboard tonight. I can tell you halftime Uniontown Lake on top of Boardman at 28-14. Beaver Local leading Brook, West Virginia 20-0 at the half. Springfield a 13-0 lead over Brookfield at the break. So 6 quarters into the season for Coach Clark and the Warriors, and they have not yet cracked the scoreboard.
Yeah, not at all. So I'm sure they want to get in the end zone or something, a field goal. They got to get something on the board.
Halftime, Canfield leading Walnut Ridge 21-14. Big win for Canfield, beating West Branch in their annual season opener last week.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And they always have a battle every year.
See, halftime, Cheney leading Struthers 14-6. Second quarter, it is East Canton 35 and Wellsville 0. Final from Thursday, Garfield beat Warren John F. Kennedy 36-14. Girard, I believe they put up in the 50s last week.
Mm-hmm.
They have 63 approaching halftime against Lakeside. 63-6, Girard with the lead approaching halftime. Tough one for the Howland Tigers as they beat Niles last week 10-8. They're down to Geneva 56-7 at the break.
Oh my goodness! I mean, what
big numbers tonight?
What is going on tonight?
Crestview with a 28-7 lead over Lakeview. See McDonald a 41-0 lead over Columbiana at the half. United 7-3 over Mineral Ridge at the break. That's the first low-scoring game we've had today so far.
That's it.
South Range looking to bounce back. Coach Rock trying to lead them to a new winning streak. They're up 28-0 over Salem and at Salem. Camel with a 14-0 lead over St. John. That is gone to halftime. Ursuline, that machine is rolling again. 27-0 over Bishop Hartley, coming off the win at Big Red last week in Steubenville.
Yeah, and that's always a hard place to play in Steubenville.
West Branch with a 7-0 lead over New Philly. That game has gone to the half. Hubbard crossing the border to play Wilmington after beating Brookfield last week. That is a 14-14 tie at halftime. For those of you that don't follow Pennsylvania high school football, Wilmington won the D10, I believe, in Class A last year. Hubbard beat them at Hubbard last year, and Wilmington and Hubbard tied at 14 at the half. But the biggest note, when we look at that scoreboard brought to you by Discount Power Sports, big first half numbers around the Valley.
Yeah, I don't remember ever hearing you give scores where you got 50 and 60 points at halftime. But that's what we got tonight. Tonight has been something.
Early on, third quarter at Liberty, and the Leopards now up 21-0 over Niles. Liberty has played 6+ quarters, yet to give up a point under Coach Perlogo this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Time for us to take another break. When we come back, we'll look at keys to the second half. We'll look ahead on the schedule. That's all coming up next here on Sports Radio 1240 and Western Reserve Radio 2.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
time continues. The Austintown Falcon Marching Band out on the field entertaining us now with the Falcons leading 41-3 here at the half. Dave, next week we will have a simulcast of the game over on AM 600 WRQX as Coach Gessler and Jim Craven are on the call tonight. They will have Field and Poland. That is the Field of Falcons and the Poland Bulldogs. That'll be right here on Sports Radio 1240 and on AM 600 WRQX. We will be back with everyone for Week 4 action on September 12th. Western Reserve in McDonald. We head to Blue Devil territory to celebrate 100 years of football.
Yeah, and I tell you, they're getting revved up for those weeks coming forward. You just read them up 41-0 at the break already tonight. So I look forward to seeing them. And that's another team that looks pretty good for this season.
Speaking of someone that's looked pretty good, the numbers, we went over them early in the pregame, and this Falcon offense, they found a rhythm on the opening drive, and it's really been a mixture. It's been more run than pass, but it's not like they've had to rely just on running the football.
Yeah, they haven't had to rely just on one person, and that's the thing. It's just every part of a machine. I heard you say that earlier. I used to call South Range the machine.
Do we have a new machine?
This is a new machine right here, and this one is, I think, might even be more dangerous because I've never seen a game like this that everybody. But that, this is just one of those special nights. Everybody is clicking and playing at a high level. The quarterbacks, the receivers, the offensive line has been genuine. Yeah, they just been on cue tonight, and there's nothing the Polar Bears could do to even slow it down.
Getting word that an injury suffered by the running back Chase Marr was a collarbone injury. You thought just by the way the tackle took place that it was a shoulder injury. What was it that you saw that led you to think that immediately?
Yeah, well, one of the things he's already putting out a stiff arm towards that defensive back, but he was able to bring him in close and then drive him down. And it's not a purpose thing. He was tackling in that momentum of both players going in with all that weight on top of him on the side there. First thing I thought, separated shoulder or collarbone, and the way he was holding it with the ice on it, that's what I thought. And that's the diagnosis that we just heard about. So.
Right. We saw him leave the game with a collarbone injury. We saw Carter Moleman get banged up, something lower body, maybe foot, ankle, something for him that has kept him out of the game as well. So it has been Anthony Corsi, a sophomore, who got the assignment as the next man up with Lucas Eckerman not being able to go for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Marr would have been a big factor if he was healthy because he could have been that safety net for Corsi to have a running back with authority to really run the ball. And losing him, that really makes it tough because if you don't have any running game, boy, it's going to be a tough night for the sophomore.
So I got to ask you, there is a lot of high-level top 10 college football action the next couple of days. And let's start with Texas at Ohio State, 1 versus 3 to get things going tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, that's going to be a fantastic game. I think Texas is going to do some things to try to eliminate some stuff, but I really believe as long as the quarterback, because see, people are thinking about, well, you got Arch Manning on this side and you got Sane on this side, so Texas is this favorite. This is just like both of them. This is the first time they started.
Actually, Ohio State is a slim favorite, but they are favored at home.
And it's hard to play in the horseshoe. I don't care for any team that comes there. That's a tough place to play. And I do believe that Ohio State will pull it out. But I think both teams will, at the end of the season, they probably see each other somewhere down the line again, or they all will be in the playoffs. But I think it's just a hard situation to win in that horseshoe. But Sane has to play great. I think he's got to be really good. Everybody around him is going to have to help him so he can be that quarterback they need to do to manage that game.
Another top 10 matchup. We find out who has the real Death Valley. Is it LSU or is it Clemson?
Oh, man. Yeah. Two places you don't like playing at nighttime. And that's in LSU and Baton Rouge. And you don't like to go down to Death Valley and Clemson. I just think Clemson might have a little
Does
bit
Club
more.
make the difference?
Yeah, I think he does because of his legs. I think he could do so much other than throwing the ball. And then the experience he has with receivers there too. I think they got just a little bit more, and I think they'd be able to pull it out.
And of course, the other big game is Notre Dame at Miami. I can't ask you to honestly break that one down because I know you root for the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
But I will ask you this: we've only got a few seconds. Notre Dame is the only road favorite amongst those three big games.
And
why?
I just think they got a lot of guys that's back. They got the quarterback that they got over to them. I really believe that is a top team. Let's see if Miami can bring some of that. They had a great recruit to see if they can do. But I just think that Notre Dame should be the favorite there.
Time to take our final break. We'll come back and kick off the third quarter on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Wrapping up halftime with one more score on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. It is now Liberty up 28-0, under 8 minutes to play, third quarter against the Niles Red Dragons. We are getting set to begin the third quarter here at Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown. Falcons with a 21-3 lead, and we will begin our second of 3 games with running clock to begin the third quarter.
Isn't that something?
That guy that makes the schedule, I tell you.
Yeah, we're going to have to
talk to that guy.
Yeah, we got to investigate. Yeah, we have to investigate, see what's going on with that guy.
I do believe the guy that made the schedule asked you, what do you think of this schedule, Mr. Clark? And you said, it's great.
Yeah, that was some other Mr. Clark. That wasn't me.
So the Polar Bears will get their hands on the football to begin this third quarter. It does look like Anthony Corsi was warming up, so looks like he's going to need to go the rest of the way for the Polar Bears here tonight.
Yeah, it looked like that's what they're doing. Yeah, you know, sometimes you find out what else you have, so these guys got to come out like it's 0-0, and that's the way you got to take it and try to build something off of this, because that was a humbling first half.
Third quarter kickoff brought to you by the Village Tavern in Hubbard, one of the area's favorite local spots for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard. Jackson Faulkner gets his foot into it. We are underway, third quarter, with a bouncing ball scooped up at the 15, brought back across the 20, and down to about the 22-23-yard line. Gino Szymanski on the return for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, let's see if they can come out and establish something on the positive here.
A lot of things go into Friday night, and a fantastic job by the Fitch Marching Band. But I will tell you this, that is one of the bigger bands we have seen in years from the Polar Bears.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over 200 strong.
Yeah, and I mean, they came out. I mean, I didn't know it was them or it was the Washington Huskies band.
Purple and yellow.
Oh, my goodness.
Corsi is the quarterback. Two receivers and a wing in the formation. They'll run it on first down with Niall Schmidt. And he's going to hammer forward for give him 1 yard on the play. Sets up a second down and a 9.
Yeah, they're not letting up too much, not giving them too much there.
And this is going to be some youngsters getting some action here for the Polar Bears. Running clock here to begin this third quarter. 41-3, Austintown Fitch. So Corsi gets the play call. He'll have two receivers each side and a wing to the right side. Alone in the backfield on second down and 9. Corsi takes the snap, stands in the pocket, fires outside. That is Szymanski who made the catch. And he's up across the 30, maybe near the 31-yard line. They'll spot him out of bounds. It's going to bring up a third down and long 3 to go.
Yeah, we got to give Corsi some there. He zipped that out there really good there.
Seems a little bit more comfortable to begin this second half.
Yeah.
Trips to the right, single receiver left side. Corsi to throw, roll into that trips. Fires downfield, loops a pass in that is going to be caught for a first down. That's Rocco Norch on the reception for a first down for the Polar Bears.
Oh boy, that was a good-looking pass there on the rollout as he put that right on the money at the sideline.
You wonder just how much that trip to the locker room was able to settle him down to come out here for the third. Single back in the backfield with him. That is Niall Schmidt. Two receivers to the left. They got a wing to the right side. That is the tight end for the Polar Bears. Flexed off the line of scrimmage. Corsi rolling. Throws on the run, and that pass almost intercepted by the Falcons secondary.
That's a tough throw there. You're asking the right-hander to go left and then readjust his body. You got to throw it back across. That ball, if it's out there late on the corner, that's could be a pick six. So
that was Isaiah Porch on the coverage for the Falcons, setting up a second down and 10. 8:40, clock rolling here, third quarter, 41-3. Austintown Fitch leading the Jackson Polar Bears. Again, two to the left, tight end flexed off the line to the right side. Schmidt is the running back. He's going to get the football into a pile of bodies as he'll push things forward for about 2 yards, and it sets up a third down and 8 for the Polar Bears. Corsi entering the game after the injury to Carter Molleman in the first half of action. It's a tough second half for the Polar Bears. You lose your starting quarterback. You lose your starting running back. And you've already given up 41. Corsi sets up the wide receiver screen, and that ball's dropped by Griggball. And incomplete. This will bring up a fourth down and 8.
Yeah, he had no chance. That play was done right at the beginning there.
So that pass falls incomplete. We'll head to the Discount Power Sports scoreboard after this punt by Cooper Miser. That's Junie Higgs at the 25, ready to return this kick with 4 first-half touchdowns. Punt, high kick. Higgs called for the fair catch. Now he'll back away and let this ball roll down to about the 11-yard line. On the Discount Power Sports scoreboard, a fumble recovery by Liberty results in a touchdown for the Leopards. Under 6 to play, third quarter, 35-0 Liberty. And third quarter at Mineral Ridge, Rams trailing United 14-3.
Oh, man.
Mineral Ridge was down early last week with Pie Valley. I believe it was 8-0. And they came back with a fury as Coach Hake got his first win at his alma mater last week. So the Falcons take over the football. First and 10, that's Kelleher and DeAndre Richard in the backfield. Richard gets the first carry of the second half, works his way off the short side of the field, and he's down to just across the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and it really looked like he didn't get much. It looked like it's 4 yards there.
You don't want to be the initial contactor with DeAndre Richard because you are going to be asked to step aside. Excuse me, I must advance the football. Gain of 4, second down and 6. Third quarter clock now approaching 6 minutes to play. We are in running clock here in this third quarter. Falcons taking time, put Evans in motion. They give the ball to Richard, running off the short side again. And Richard is going to be close to and should have a first down.
Yep, I think he does have it. Sure.
He needed 6, got about 8, and that'll move the chains. And these last couple of carries really...
Wait a minute.
Is that Richard who's down on the field at the 25-yard line? So both teams will go to their sidelines. Injury stoppage at 5:35 to play here in the third quarter, and the Falcons with a 41-3 lead.
Yeah, trying to see what they're doing. Is it a cramp or is there something else going on? You can't really tell.
See, can we get how many carries does he have so far with those first 2 here in the third? 12 for 198. So he's 2 yards away from 200 for the second consecutive game to start this season. And you see the Falcon players are kind of huddled around where Richard is down on the field.
Yeah, the first thing I was thinking too, I was trying to see if it was cramping. They were talking about he got sick on the sideline a little bit in the first half. And one thing about that is if you did have an upset stomach or something like that and get sick, first thing that comes after that is dehydration, and it comes quickly.
He got up and hopped on one leg off the field, heading to the training table on the home side of the field.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing major, because I would tell you that's one talent I would love to see play on a continuous basis. So prayerfully he's okay.
So Junie Higgs next up at the tailback spot for the Falcons. Just a 4-touchdown first half for him. 1 receiver right, 3 to the left side with Kelleher at the quarterback spot. Man goes in motion. That's DeAndre Reed, the tight end. Swing it out into the flat. Receiver made the catch, slipped, and then was spun down. Brady Evans was on a nice open field tackle by the Polar Bears. And tackler a little slow to get up as he makes his way back to the huddle. See, that was 48. Reese Myers, a sophomore. A lot of sophomores getting some run today for the Polar Bears, and good to get them experience for the future.
Yeah, that's what you do. You find out what you got, because you may need them in the pinch.
Loss of 2, second down and 12. 2 receivers go to the right, 1 to the left. Kelleher takes the snap, play action, fires downfield, little too far out in front. His intended target, trying to get that football to Isaiah Porch, the junior. And there's speed everywhere on this team offensively.
It sure is. He had some heat on that ball. He got out there in a hurry and he overshot him just a little.
Discount Power Sports scoreboard, end of 3, Liberty 35 and Niles 0.
Good.
We saw Liberty last week against Kendall. They can put up some points.
Yes, they can. And they got a nice little dual running threat there also.
Down to 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this third quarter. Trips to the right, single receiver left side. Kayla Hurt drops to throw. Time in a clean pocket. Going to take a shot downfield. Jump ball. And knocked away at the last second, intended for Altahir. And that is good coverage downfield by the Polar Bears.
Oh, penalty flag.
That is Corey Jacobs, and a late flag comes in at the end of that play.
Unsportsmanlike.
He pointed to Jackson, then he pointed to Fitch. So what's the dead ball? There you go. It is unsportsmanlike conduct on the Falcons. So despite the score, that's not going to make Coach Parker happy.
No, see that those are the things they're going to be looking for, because you don't want those type of things to happen in a close ball game. So it will be addressed for sure.
Falcons next week head up to Veterans Stadium in Erie. So Faulkner in his end zone, ready to punt. Snap back to him, rushes on. He avoids that rush and gets the kick away, and a late fair catch called for and made by the Polar Bears at the Falcon 38-yard line.
Great field position for him, and a great catch by the returner to get up under that ball. It was a dangerous move, but a smart one, because he didn't want it to bounce, and it gives them great field position. This is an opportunity to have to get in scoring position.
2:21 to play, third quarter, 41-3. Austintown Fitch with the lead. And Corsi and the Polar Bears back out on offense. Ty Jackson, the junior, now in the backfield for the Polar Bears, who have trips to the right and a single receiver to the left side. Corsi going to roll to that strong side, sets his feet, fires downfield. That is a strike complete inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. And let's see who came down with that catch for the Polar Bears. That is their big tight end, Luke Mazon, 6'3", 205, and a junior.
I tell you, when he rolls to his right, I mean, that guy has a cannon coming out of there. He put that ball right on the target.
Trips left, single receiver right side. Let's bring ball. Corsi takes the snap, gives the ball to Ty Jackson. Jackson found a little bit of a seam, running to the left. And Jackson is down near the 10-yard line. Polar Bears, need to get to about the 9 for a first down.
Yeah, this is what they wanted to do, to be able to just build confidence in them.
Going up tempo, twins to each side. Corsi and Jackson in the backfield. We're under a minute to play here in the third.
Boy, they had him. Nobody was on a slot receiver then.
Slot
and then
left,
they got out there.
Uncovered. Corsi looking that way, firing that way, and that pass almost intercepted. That ball floated for a long time before the Falcons knocked it down.
Yeah, that was out here. He almost picked that off, and if he would have, he had some green grass all in front of him, or green turf, all in front of him.
You're listening to Sports Radio 1240 WBBW Youngstown, a Cumulus media station, and Western Reserve Radio 2 as we approach 9 o'clock. And we approach the end of this third quarter. Corsi, twins to each side, runs the ball with Ty Jackson on a delay. And Jackson really absorbed the contact and bounced off for a couple more yards. So we have now come to the end of 3. After 3, it is Austintown Fitch 41 and the Jackson the Polar Bears 3. We're back to start the fourth quarter, brought to you by Lena's Pierogi House next on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras. We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Set to begin the Lena's Pierogi House fourth quarter. Coursey with a first down and goal from the 8-yard line. With 3 receivers right and 1 to the left, and now we've got whistles, and Austintown will use a timeout, so we'll keep it right here. How about this, Dave? Are you ready? It's the pierogi lineup at Lena's, 9-2 to 9-5. So we've got, are you ready? Spinach and feta, potato, bloomin' onion, cheddar, smoked Gouda and bacon, and cheddar and chive are your featured choices for this week. I'll take 2 dozen bloomin' onion. If I'm going in, I'm going in, and I'm going to take down 2 dozen.
Oh, my goodness.
So Lena's Pierogi House, they
know
are
how
your
good they
fourth
are.
quarter sponsor. Visit Lena's Pierogi House on Facebook to see the weekly lineup of available favorites like we just read you for dine-in or carry-out, or call Lena's Pierogi House at 234-254-8532. Off the timeout, Coursey looking back corner, end zone, just off the hands of Smansky, and incomplete. And it's going to bring up now a second and goal from the 8-yard line. So that pass falls incomplete. Second and goal for the Polar Bears.
Basketball 44-10 of the third quarter.
We are in running clock here in the fourth quarter with 11:15 to play. And the Falcons with a 41-3 lead. We had no scoring in the third quarter. Coursey, 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left side. Coursey takes the snap, gives the ball to Ty Jackson.
Oh, nice run there.
And Jackson lowers the shoulder and pushes down to about the 3-yard line. It's third and goal from there for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, that was a determined run right there by Jackson.
So third and goal, they're going to run the ball again, and this time the Falcon defense stands up the ball carrier.
It looked like you might got down to the 1, though.
So it's going to be fourth and goal from the 1-yard line.
Did he get that close down there? 2.
And they're going to put it back to the 2.
Here we go.
So fourth and goal. It's Ty Jackson, the running back, next to Coursey. Coursey looking, fade pass is going to be too far out of bounds.
Yep, a little bit too much on him. You needed to
looking for Smansky, and that's incomplete, and the Falcon defense holds.
Yeah, you can't, you got to put it in play. Because if they intercept it, it's the same result as you got just now in the end zone. So put it in there, give him a chance to make the catch.
Discount Power Sports scoreboard, fourth quarter. Hubbard up 7 on Wilmington at 21-14. West Branch leading New Philly 14-0. That is in the fourth quarter. So we are winding the clock. Under 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Looks like there's a new signal caller out there who takes and hands the ball off on first down. Man, we'll get you some new numbers. That looked like Landon Masterson, the junior, number 24 on the carry.
Yeah, the quarterback is Kevin. Try to say that last name for me. Sakoman? But he's a sophomore. Yeah.
So he is in at the quarterback spot. No gain. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Falcons. Overlooks the defense there. Just going to run it again right up the middle.
Did he get out? He just got out the end zone.
Landon Masterson. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Falcons.
Yeah. It's hard to catch those numbers there, but.
Yeah, when it gets dark, the navy blue numbers on the dark red jerseys, especially at a distance, a little hard for us to see. It is 3rd and 10 for the Falcons from their 2-yard line. 8:35 to play in this 4th quarter. Clock running. They will break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage.
All right, it's now 3rd down.
So 3rd and 10 for the Falcons. They're going to run it again. This time, no running room for the running back who went back into the end zone, then able to get out to about the 5-yard line for a 2-yard gain. Looked like Landon Masterson again on the carry. But it is 4th down, and the Falcons will have to punt from deep in their own territory.
Yeah, he got out of that end zone, but I thought that we might get a safety here.
So the punter is going to drop back just inbounds. Jackson Faulkner back at his deepest spot of the end zone possible. High snap back to him. He gets protected and gets the kick away.
Kick too.
High, deep kick caught at the 40. Across the 35, down maybe to the 34-yard line before being knocked down. And with 7:23 to play in the Linus Pierogi House 4th quarter, we have a clock stoppage for a change of possession.
Yep. Just give them another opportunity to see if they can get down in scoring range.
Been an impressive all-around performance by the Falcons here tonight in their home opener. And the Polar Bears, they're going to have questions, but the questions are the health of some of their key players.
Yeah, that's look like one of them they probably won't get back. You want to see if the quarterback will be ready for next week.
Of course, he's going to hand it off on 1st down. And that is a run by Niall Schmidt, the number 2 running back. And Falcons still out there hitting here in the later stages of the 4th. Down under 7 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. Schmidt getting a couple of carries. We'll give you our first final of the night here in a moment on the Discount Power Sports scoreboard. Corsi takes the snap, swings it behind the line.
That's a live ball.
That looked like a live ball. But,
yeah, definitely looked like that was a lateral.
But they called it incomplete and said 3rd down. First final of the night, the Liberty Leopards are 2-0, shutting out Niles 35-0. Red Dragons drop to 0-2.
And there's no points given up by Liberty yet.
In 2 weeks. Pretty impressive for Coach Prologo in that Liberty defense.
Yep.
Under 6 minutes to play. 3rd down and 10 facing the Polar Bears. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Niall Schmidt is the tailback. He is to the right of Corsi. Corsi takes the snap. Looking right, now back left, looking down the seam. He lost the football. Loose ball on the turf, and the Falcons have fallen on that football. They've recovered the fumble. That is Bray Burt Jr., the freshman at 6'1" and at 260, coming up with that loose football.
Yeah, it is there. holding on to the ball too long and actually had it in a position where it was vulnerable for that to happen. That's going to happen to a young guy, and he got to keep his head up and just continue to play because he may be the guy going forward. We don't know how bad the quarterback situation is for them, so he's got to keep his head up.
Falcons forcing another turnover. I believe that is their third forced of this game. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. They will run it on 1st down. Looks like it's Kevin Sackerman wearing number 88 in there at quarterback.
Yep.
6'1", 170. Sophomore quarterback and wide receiver. Landon Masterson is the tailback. We go under 5 minutes to play, and looks like the Falcons, they'll improve to 1-1 on the season. The Polar Bears will drop to 1-1 on the season. Sackerman, the quarterback, 3 receivers in the formation, and a wing to the left side. They will run it on 2nd down. And being stopped right around that 42-yard line, sets up a 3rd down and 4 now coming up for the Falcons. New running back checking in. That's Barnett, the sophomore, wearing number 26. Mike Barnett, a sophomore linebacker and running back. 4 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. No scoring in the second half. A 41-3 lead for the Falcons. Sackerman on 3rd down and 4, running back a yard behind him, gets the handoff. And he will get to the 39 for a gain of 1 before being pushed back. Is Barnett. And the Falcons are going to have a 4th down and just about 3 to go.
And it looked like he may just keep his offense out there. Get the 1st down, they just keep it going. If they don't, then, it's not a big problem with the running clock.
Amonte Pete in at a wide receiver for the Falcons, wearing number 85 for the junior. 2 to the left, 1 to the right side. Sackerman has Barnett right next to him. Takes the snap. He will look to throw. Fires downfield and hit as he throws, and that pass will fall incomplete. Had a man open, just didn't have the time to get him the football.
Yep.
And the Polar Bears will take over on downs with just a hair under 3 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. Again, looking ahead, Austintown pitch on the road to take on Erie, who is 0-1 on the season. And for Massillon Jackson, they head back home next week to take on St. Francis of New York, who will be playing their first game of the season this week. So 1st and 10 for the Polar Bears. Corsi's going to hand the ball off on 1st down. And a good carry on a 1st down by the Polar Bears. Gets the ball down to the 45-yard line.
Ty Jackson run that ball hard.
Jackson, 5'7", 180 pounds, and a junior. You're listening to the Lena's Pierogi House 4th quarter. Head over to Facebook to find out the weekly lineup of available favorites for dine-in or carry-out. Call Lena's at 234-254-8532. Run it again with Ty Jackson. And Jackson's going to be about 2.5 yards shy of the 1st down. And we will under 2 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. And Dave, an all-around impressive performance by the Falcons.
Yeah, that's what you just have to give it to them. This was their night, and they shined in every area. Now, like I said, when the coaches look at the film, they'll find the things that they didn't do well and go over them, but they have had a fantastic night.
Corsi throwing, and that ball almost intercepted, but knocked to the turf, incomplete by the Falcons secondary. And we've got 1 minute and 20 seconds to play here in tonight's 4th quarter. on the Youngstown Patricians high school football game of the week.
And it may get 2 plays off, maybe 3. There's not a lot of urgency or anything, no need to be in this situation.
So the Polar Bears with 20 seconds on the play clock, 60 seconds on the game clock. 1 receiver right, 3 to the left side. Corsi, 3-step drop, fires, pass caught, first down across the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Found his man wide open across the middle, and that pass complete.
They not stopping the clock. They should. They got to stop the clock.
I got 2 players. Almost looked like their cleats were connected.
Yeah, that's what happened. Their cleats got caught up and they were stuck together.
You ever had that happen?
No, I never had that happen.
So everybody back up, and it's 1st and 10 for the Polar Bears. Line the clock under 30 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Ty Jackson goes in motion, sets in the backfield. Corsi rolling out, throwing on the run, pass complete, down to the 31-yard line.
That'll probably be the last play there.
We got 8 seconds to go, and they will look at the clock, and Corsi looked to the sidelines and said, do we want to take a timeout here? And the coaching staff said no. So we have come to the end of this one here tonight. Our final score, the Austintown Pitch Falcons 41 and the Maxwell Jackson Polar Bears 3. We begin the postgame show next on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
We now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here to Austintown as the Falcons and the Polar Bears with their respective huddles at midfield after a 41-3 win tonight for the Falcons. Both teams now 1-1 on the season. Let's look at the unofficial numbers in this one. As, of course, I hit the wrong button on the iPad. All right, here we go. For the visiting Jackson Polar Bears, before going down with a shoulder injury, Chase Marr, 8 carries for 66 yards. Ty Jackson officially 7 for 24. Niall Schmidt 4 for 3. Throwing the football, Anthony Corsi 7 of 14 for 28 yards. Carter Malden 2 of 7 for 7. Leading receiver was Lucas Eckerman, number 3, had 2 receptions for 21 yards. For the Falcons, led in rushing tonight by DeAndre Richard, who left with an injury, and we have our best wishes for him to be able to play next week against Erie. Richard, 12 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown. Junie Higgs, 6 carries, 46 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I tell you, he's 2 yards away from getting 200 again. And like you said, just afraid that everything is okay, that he'll be able to play next week. Just excellent tonight. Their offensive line was great.
Colin Kaleher, 2 rushes for 31 yards. Wayne Holloway, 1 for 19. Throwing the football, Jaden Sheridan, 1 of 2 for 8 yards. Colin Kaleher, 11 of 15, 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the junior quarterback did a nice job tonight.
Yeah, he sure did. I tell you, this solid play.
Leading receiver Wayne Holloway, 1 for 81. Brady Evans, 5 for 29 and a touchdown. Junie Higgs adding to his numbers for tonight, 1 catch for 24 yards and a touchdown. A 4-touchdown night for senior Junie Higgs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We talked about Richard, and he did a great job, 198 yards rushing. He did, just fantastic. But Junie Higgs was a big value for them tonight. So, I just seen the new machine, I guess. I'm going to call him that until I see something different.
The new machine, not the same as the old machine, but
we got to see what happened, though, because the next time we do get a chance to see him, it'll be against the Ursuline Irish.
It will.
And that's a different monster.
That could be a fun night. We're going to take our final break. We'll come back and wrap it up from Austintown next here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Now return you to the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week.
Back here one last time, Greenwood Chevrolet Field here in Austintown, home of the Falcons. And Dave Clark, what a performance tonight by Austintown Fitch, Coach Parker's squad.
So I'm sure Coach Parker is thrilled with what he's seen. As I said, head coaches, they look for perfection, so I'm sure he's going to find some things in there. But, man, to have your team come out and just hit on all cylinders like that, and I hope he's giving a lot of credit to that offensive line. I've been saying it a lot on the air tonight, but it is definitely that offensive line was great. And that defense, like you said, we got to give them credit. They were able to bottle up Massillon early, and they really couldn't do too much.
Don't forget, simulcast next week of the Poland Bulldogs hosting the Field Falcons, both on AM 600 WRQX and right here on Sports Radio 1240. Dave, Michael, and myself will be back with you coming up on September 12th for Western Reserve and the McDonald Blue Devils. Big thank you to the Austintown Fitch athletics staff. We had a chance to talk to a lot of them during and before the game. Doesn't get much better than being on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, nothing better than this. It was great. I loved it. And, it was a surprise of what the outcome was at this margin, but we've seen some great talent out here tonight, and I definitely enjoyed that.
That is going to do it for us tonight. For owner-operator Jim Craven, for our executive producer Dave Ferris, for Matthew Craven running our game tonight, for spotter and statistician Michael Rickard, my partner Dave Clark. My name is Mark Means. You've been listening to the Youngstown Patricians Game of the Week. The Falcons win it tonight 41-3 over the Massillon-Jackson Polar Bears. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks on the Youngstown Patricians Game of the Week.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Thought possible. Pick up your cell phone and call right now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
Welcome back to First Touch here with your hosts Tyler Levine and Nico Beef Sauce. Nico, let's dive right into the Week 2 recap of the English Premier League. I mean, it started off with a bang, to be honest. I don't know. There were questions going into it. We saw Tottenham in Week 1, and they looked great. And we thought, okay, they looked great, but it's Manchester City away. And, I mean, they dominated them 2-0. Cash plus 500 money line, under 3.5, minus 146. Brennan Johnson with a nice goal in the 35th, assisted by Richarlison, who's having an absolutely unbelievable start to the season. Good for him. And then a James Trafford mistake led to Polina just slapping it in 2-0 right before half. City had their chances, could not convert. Tottenham win 2-0. Your thoughts? Tottenham are now sitting second in the Premier League, level with Arsenal on points with one less in terms of goal differential. Still early, but I mean they played 2 and 1-2 and haven't conceded. So
that's the most impressive thing to me, Tyler, is that they haven't conceded a goal. New coach seems to have a positive influence to the team, which is very important because confidence and psychology are main parts of competing at the highest level. And it seems like that win they got against United in the final and the financial influx of money that came in through Champions League football has also had a positive outlook on them because they've added players that have definitely given the squad things. Kudus is playing great. Richarlison is not a new transfer, but the fact that they have Solanke and Richarlison has created some competition up top, and they seem to be going at it pretty much every game. Solanke comes in as a sub, but Richarlison is playing great. And it's, again, the fact that Vicario, Romero, and the Deutsch guy are all playing great together gives the team a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
And now they have Chavi Simmons coming in.
Yeah, I think that signing, he's taking the 7 shirt, by the way, which is cool. He's a great player. And they're linked to Semenyo, I believe, as well. I don't think that's happening this window, but at some point, they have successfully, it seems like, gotten rid of their demons. It's like it's the club as a whole feels a lot more free since winning the trophy against United. And you got to be happy for them. They're starting to really build a nice club with a good culture over there, and it just makes it more difficult for those in the top 6 that want to compete for those European spots, because it looks like Tottenham is going to be a serious contender to finish top 4 this year. Who knows? It's a long season, but let's see. Keep in mind, Kulusevski and James Maddison are out and injured. Those are 2 main players for them as well, who we have not yet seen feature this season. Bournemouth 1, Wolves 0. Bournemouth minus 130 was free. Under 2.5 plus 105 cashes. Semenyo sets up Tavernier 4 minutes in. That's the game's only goal. I hammered this one. It was a great way to start my Saturday last week. And then right after that, my Saturday was ruined as Brentford beat Aston Villa 1-0. Brentford plus 220 cashes. Under 2.5 minus 101. Let's talk about Villa for a second. They seem to be completely lost.
Yeah, I said it in the first game, and you kind of said, they played Newcastle. Give some credit to Newcastle for the defensive play. And I did say that there were some moments in that game that showed me that they're not cohesive. They're not playing well together. And this is the second game where they don't score a goal, and also they don't look great whatsoever.
No, they don't look good at all. They lack fluidity. I know that Asensio is gone, correct? He's no longer here.
Gone.
So he's gone. Rashford's gone. And, it seems like – when Asensio came, he was the one scoring all the goals. And it looks like without him, they're really struggling. They're clearly missing something. Rodgers had a terrible game. He just kept losing the ball. Touch was off. No real positive influence on the match, and that's that. So, nonetheless – Burnley 2, Sunderland 0. Burnley get their first points of the season in cash at plus 125 money line. It goes under 2.5 minus 175. Not much here for me. We both kind of thought it could be a draw, but ultimately with these teams that will be fighting in a relegation battle, you never really know what's going to happen.
Big win.
Yeah, very big win. You have to when you're in these when you come up from the championship, you have to win the games against the other teams that came up if you want a chance of staying up. It's point blank. Arsenal 5, Leeds 0. Arsenal minus 371 cashes, over 3.5 plus 130 cashes as well. I had Arsenal first half. I had Arsenal minus 1.5. It was great wins. They were dominant. Timber goals in the 34th and 56th with an assist as well. Saka scored a brilliant goal in the 45th plus 1 right before halftime. And then Gyökeres finally opens his account with a goal in the 48th, a great goal, and then a penalty in the 95th. He gets to the demons will be gone. There's nothing that anyone really did. The headlines die right then and there. After his performance in week 1, there was also he did miss. He had a pretty big mistake early on in this game when it was 0-0, and you kind of are thinking to yourself, oh man, maybe this is going to be a situation where he doesn't score for a little bit. But it wasn't the case, and I think for him mentally. Getting those goals, they unveiled Eze at the game. It's as good of a day as it gets for Arsenal fans, no?
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan. We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
How to find each other.
The whole experience was fine.
The most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio on westernreserveradio.com.
This was a game that quite literally had everything. It had absolutely everything. Newcastle off the jump for the first 30 minutes were absolutely dominating Liverpool. dominating them. Chances left and right. Liverpool couldn't get anything going, and then Gravenberch scores an absolute screamer of a goal in the 35th. It went in, and everyone was like, wait, what just happened? And all of a sudden, Liverpool are up 1-0 going into halftime. Right before halftime, Anthony Gordon gets a red card for a stomp on Virgil van Dijk. VAR ruled it a red card. I don't know how you feel about that. We'll get into that. Nonetheless, they go to halftime. They come out. Immediately, Ekitike scores off the Gakpo assist. He gets his third goal for Liverpool in as many games. And then you're thinking to yourself, okay, Liverpool are up 2-0. They're a man up. This is going to be kind of just a walk in the park to the finish line. Maybe they'll add another one. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll end 2-0. Who knows? 57th, Bruno Guimaraes scores. And, I mean, from there on, Newcastle looked like they were the team with the man up. I mean, they were all over Liverpool, all over them, and finally had their breakthrough moment in the 88th minute with Osula. Ball over the top, bounces, falls to him, gets it, finishes it, 2-2, going into extra time. There's 11 minutes of added on time because of injuries, VAR stuff, goals, et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, again, Newcastle are continuing to dominate. Like they don't let their foot off the gas. They don't want the point. They want all three. So they continue to go for it. Liverpool really wasn't creating any chances until every player on their team, other than Szoboszlai, in a build-up, touches the ball, and it ends with Rio and Ngumia. How do you say
Ngumia.
Yeah. Ngumia?
Yep.
I mean, ball comes across. Szoboszlai was just like the most picture-perfect dummy, right off the training ground. Ball's just sliding across, and Rio is sitting there all alone, 16 years old, just came on. He came on in the 90th minute, 90 plus 6 he came on, and in the 100th minute, 4 minutes later, he scores his first senior goal for Liverpool away at Newcastle after they blew the lead and gives them all 3 points. I mean, he went crazy, the fans went crazy, the players went crazy. What a story for this kid. What a game. I mean, this is what it's all about right here. You want to show someone who thinks soccer's boring, or I'm not into the Premier League. Why is the Premier League so great? This is it. This was the Premier League personified for me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, what an amazing game. What a big win for Liverpool away from home. For anybody that hasn't watched football before, this is the equivalence of a kid playing in an NBA game for the first time in their lives. They're 17 years of age, and they hit a buzzer beater against the Lakers or the Celtics.
Yeah, and this is the first game.
In the first game that they ever played. So
not only that, it's like getting subbed into the game for your first minutes in the NBA with 45 seconds left and doing that.
Yeah, I mean, what an incredible. I can't help but smile. Defensively, Liverpool was terrible. I will give them some grace because Szoboszlai had to play right back in this game. Connor Bradley and Frimpong were not available for the coach. But still, I mean, to be dominated by 10 men is kind of problematic. Against Bournemouth, they definitely were weak defensively and weak on the transition. They did show some of the same weaknesses in this game. At the end of the day, they leave with the cake because they win the game and they get all 3 points, and that still buys them time to figure out whatever's wrong and fix it. I will say that Liverpool getting Isak in there could be absolutely deadly for any team that faces them because that's kind of like what they're missing, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, look, they've been up 2-0 in their first 2 games of this season, and within minutes, it's been 2-2. And then at the end, they've won it both times, but I don't know how sustainable that formula is. You can't. I mean, it is a dangerous line to tread on. But nonetheless, they take care of business. They get it done, and their fans and the players are all happy. Coming up next here on First Touch, we're going to get into the Week 3 preview. Super hyped for this weekend, and we got it all covered for you. Don't move. Coming right back.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9654. 800-915-9654. 800-915-9654. That's 800-915-9654.
Special alert for consumers struggling to pay taxes. There are new tax regulations, not published yet. We have the inside track on your new tax savings. These programs are designed to help struggling taxpayers like you. The COVID relief programs are gone, but there are new programs to help struggling taxpayers, and we have the inside track. Call now and we'll take you through these new programs. These taxpayer savings programs have never been available until now. Get out of tax trouble now. It doesn't take weeks. It can happen in one phone call. Call now and get the inside track to get rid of your tax problems.
Call the tax helpline now. 800-949-0039. 800-949-0039. 800-949-0039. That's 800-949-0039. You hear that? That's the sound of uncertainty lurking under your hood. You know the feeling. I know I do. That sudden sinking sensation when you see a check engine light or your car unexpectedly breaks down and you're faced with sky-high repair bills. It's time to shield against unexpected repairs with CarShield. CarShield is America's most trusted auto protection company and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Don't let the fear of a breakdown keep you up at night. Trust the Shield, CarShield, and say goodbye to terrifying repair bills and hello to peace of mind. Your plan also comes with 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental car options, and so much more. Don't wait till it's too late. Call CarShield now before a breakdown. Protect your wallet. Protect your car with CarShield. Get our best protection ever. Call now. You'll thank me later. 800-247-6135. 800-247-6135. That's 800-247-6135.
Welcome back to First Touch here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Hour presented by Sports Overnight America. I'm your host, Tyler Levine, along with my man, Nico Beef Sauce. Week 3 preview. Things kick off 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. Chelsea at home versus Fulham. Chelsea are minus 165. Fulham plus 425. The draw is plus 325. Over, under, we got over 2.5, minus 150. Under 2.5, plus 120. What are your thoughts on this number? I mean, we just saw Fulham play pretty well against United. Now, granted, we've also learned that probably doesn't really mean much. And then on the flip side of that, we saw Chelsea, obviously, last week just absolutely obliterate West Ham, although they did go down 1-0 in that game. I don't really know where to lean here. Like, I like Chelsea, but I'm pretty sure Palmer's out injured. He may be playing this week. I don't know, man. It kind of feels a little steep for the number.
I feel like the over is safer here because ultimately I feel like Fulham has got to figure out how to score goals. They struggle in that department a lot. I know they scored one against United, but that's not like nothing compared to the chances that they missed in the game, in my opinion anyway. Over 2.5, I'm leaning here. And whether Palmer plays or not, that's not a good excuse anymore because Chelsea has signed a bunch of players.
Yeah, I honestly think I would lean towards Chelsea money line because they are home, and I do think that after the display against Palace at home that they're going to want to do something for their fans here. So I think that
I agree.
I expect them to bounce back and get the dub. Man United home versus Burnley. United minus 275, Burnley plus 700. The draws plus 425, the total goals over 2.5, minus 160, under 2.5, plus 120. As we're talking, by the way, I just got a notification from ESPN. Ruben Amorim says he's not going to promise anything about his Man United future, about his future as Man United manager. So, again, who even knows what that means? I mean, is he just going to leave and walk away and quit? I mean, he said he would do that if if fans didn't believe in him or his vision anymore. So
I don't see that happening. I don't see him quitting on the team because he just signed. But I will remind everybody that United spent $30 million to ultimately get rid of Ten Hag and bring Amorim in. So if they're not going to give this guy time, I don't know who you're going to give time to, because like whoever's going to come to replace
someone's
him,
got to get time. I mean, come on, like what are we
that's
doing,
what I'm
man?
saying. Yeah,
What are we
this is
doing?
just terrible.
Enough about United. Enough about
Burnley.
enough about
Burnley plus 1.5. I like.
love, 100% love. If anything, we win this game 1-0. I could see it as a 0-0 draw or losing 1-0. So, I mean, it is what it is. Sunderland home versus Brentford. This is an interesting one. What are your thoughts here? Sunderland plus 200, Brentford plus 145, the draws plus 225, and the total over 2.5 plus 110, under 2.5 minus 135.
I do like the over 2.5 here. I know it's like plus 110 and it's not the most likely result, but watching Sunderland play both against Burnley and against West Ham, they are a team that will attack. They missed some big chances against Burnley and they lost the game 2-0, but they're not really a team that's going to sit back and defend. And I feel like Brentford playing away from home against a team like Sunderland, if they don't want to be in that relegation battle, they have to get points here. So over 2.5 is my pick.
Plus 225 draws mine. That's a really low draw line. I expect this to be a low scoring, maybe 0-0, 1-1 game at the absolute most. Tottenham home versus Bournemouth. This is going to be a good one. Tottenham is minus 130. Bournemouth plus 325. The draw plus 300. Over 3.5 plus 135. Under 3.5 minus 175. Do Tottenham keep the perfect start here? I think they do. I think they take care of business at home, no doubt. Minus 130, I love it. Bournemouth just lost to Brentford in the League Cup, I believe, earlier in the week. So there's some vulnerability there. And as much as I like Bournemouth, I like picking Bournemouth in situations against teams that are a little below them and maybe slightly above them. I think Tottenham is too much to handle as of right now.
I will say the same thing I told you earlier. I feel like this game is going to have goals. I feel like Tottenham keeping a clean sheet for third game in a row is kind of difficult, especially against a team that plays very comfortable on transition and, counterattack. We saw it against Liverpool for sure. I feel like the over 2.5 at minus 180 is a gift. If you guys want to risk it for a biscuit and go plus 140 for over 3.5, I feel like this game is going to have goals. This is going to have action.
Wolves home versus Everton. Wolves plus 175, Everton plus 165, draw plus 220, over 2.5 plus 120, under 2.5 minus 150. This has 1-1 draw written all over it for me. All over it.
I agree.
I don't think this is going to be one to really tune in and necessarily watch. What is one that is we might want to keep an eye on here? Newcastle plus 110 on the road at Leeds, who are plus 240. The draw's plus 250. Over 2.5 minus 120, under 2.5 plus 100. So Vegas is expecting a very low-scoring game. I mean, you have to factor in Anthony Gordon will not be featuring, and their striker they just signed won't be on as well. It's way too soon for that. Do you think that Newcastle can go to a very difficult place to play and get all 3 points, or do you think that this is a situation for a draw? I don't think Leeds win this game, but I do think that they can get a point.
I don't think it's impossible for Leeds to win this game, but I agree with you that Newcastle has enough class on the field that they can at least hold their own. I just clicked Wolves versus Everton, Sunderland versus Brentford, and Leeds versus Newcastle. All draws play plus 3.484. So I
like
love
that.
those three.
I like that. I'm locking that in. The other thing to factor in here is Newcastle or draws minus 375, which is a little steep, but that goes to show that I don't think that anyone's really expecting Leeds to actually win this game.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Sunday we got an absolute banger of a slate. Brighton home versus Man City. Brighton plus 275, City minus 115. The draws plus 275, and the over 3.5 plus 140, under 3.5 minus 180. I like City in this spot after a letdown. Brighton hasn't looked great at all to start the season, so I don't really expect much out of them. They just loaned another player to Chelsea they're like pretty much just one club at this point. They just swap people back and forth from Brighton to Chelsea. And I just love, more importantly, I love the price for City here at minus 115.
Me too.
I think that both teams to score is probably an interesting bet. I'm going to just take a quick look here and figure out what that line's looking like. Yes is minus 180. I think that it goes. I think that this is going to be like a 2-1 City win, and maybe Brighton score first if we can get City on the live line, which is as sure of a shot. At least it has been for the last 5 years. City go down 1-0, you live bet them, get them at a better